Felix, did you plug in my bike?
No.
Oh my god! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Frantic TV. We are out here live in Washington, D.C.
Not only on two wheels and not only on four wheels, but we cover the air.
Breaking news! Coming to you live from Frantic Copter 1, we have Richie Ramos. Richie, do you read me?
Yes, sir.
Richie, I have word that you are here chasing a bike down the freeway. Can you give us an update on what you see?
I see a guy with no helmet on a Zeus going 45 miles an hour, making illegal turns, going through red lights.
Terrible.
And I'm waiting for him just to fall.
Now, for the frequent viewers here of Frantic TV, you will know Richie Ramos has his catchphrase, wear your helmet, keep it between the ditches, and leave no rider behind. Richie, do you see if he's with any other riders currently?
No, he's by himself.
Shoulda joined the S3 crew.
Definitely.
Make sure you guys are there. Don't be a loner. Don't be chased down by the Frantic Copter. We're going to be having another special report coming to you from our Phoenix, Arizona group. We're going to tap into our friend Fred down in Phoenix. Fred, do you hear me?
Yes, Mike, I hear you.
Fred, is it true that you are a struggling alcoholic?
Yeah, I only drink till I run out.
Oh my god, that's it. That is a form of transportation for most people in New York City. Most people don't have a car. What are your thoughts about this whole situation with the mayor in New York City?
Well, first of all, that's Mike. I'm Richie. You said Mike Rios, so.
Yes, sorry.
Let's get that straight, right? Well, according to Mayor Adams, he's now introducing...
We don't care about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Richie Ramos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following opinions that are going to be shared do not hold the values of Frantic TV, nor do they represent the administration herein. The following terms and opinions are all expressed by the sole proprietors of their opinions and are not meant to influence nor impact any financial or monetary gain for the Frantic TV Association. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here downtown Manhattan, downtown Washington. We are currently at the amazing what do you guys call it?
I love pre-tape videos.
You can do whatever you want.
Behind the scenes.
Ladies and gentlemen. Do we want to do that? I could do that.
You have to do the ladies and gentlemen, live from New York is Felix Mariano.
Coming to you live from New York City, Felix Mariano.
I don't see any belly on you.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Lift the shirt up.
Like you have to, like that.
Lift the shirt up.
You know, like untuck it? No, because if I tuck it, you see it more.
Maybe I should give you something so you can.
No, take it and bring it up to here and show your whole belly. Show some, there you go. Show some skin there.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one.
I look pregnant.
I'll be back.
It's running. Everything is running.
Oh, Felix, did you plug in my bike?
No.
Oh my god, you know how angry that gets me! Ah! Oh, it didn't break. Alright, I'll do the front.
That's really hard to do.
Yeah, I thought it would be easier.
I mean, it's not that tight.
It is. This is too tight.
Alright,
one more time.
Or maybe you're not that strong. I don't know.
No, that could be it. Coming
Coming to you live from New York City, Felix Mariano.
Hi there, this is Felix Mariano for Frantic TV, where you get your e-bike news, whether it's true or false, but you get it here first. Oh man, I have a lot of information for you guys today, but before we do that, Frantic TV has always been the place where we promote safety. And what better way to start the show than to give you some safety tips from Mike Rios.
Don't drink and drive, kids. It's not safe.
All right, can you let them know to put the helmet back and to throw away the beer? All right, thanks. All right, so first in the list, we have an electric meetup. So the meetup is going to be held at the House of Machine, 49 Monroe Street, New York.
This next bar I'm taking you is called House of Machines. A friend of mine who goes by the name Ride More, Talk Less, and he organizes Two-Wheel Tuesdays and Electric Wednesdays with backup mic from the S3 crew. It's a bike bar. So this place is basically right underneath the Manhattan Bridge, and it's right near the Lower East Side skate park.
So Frantic TV is going to be there today to give you an inside look at the meetup. So look for that in later videos at Frantic TV. All right, so for the first group ride that is coming up really soon, actually, I believe it's Saturday. Yes, Saturday the 27th. As Part Cycle Works, they have a group ride this upcoming Saturday. I remember last year being in one of those group rides, and they're really awesome. They usually have a combination of gas bikes and electric. So remember, as Part Cycle Works, Frankfort, Connecticut, I'll put all the information there so you can see all the directions. Hopefully going to be a good ride for this Saturday. All right, so next on the list is S3 Crew. Oh man, these guys are on fire. They're everywhere. So this one is going to be June 10 at Pier 76. And we all know every time S3 throws a group ride, you know it's going to be massive. So you don't want to miss this. So if you are not hangover or tired from this one, there is another one that is going to be on the following day, which is going to be the Staten Island group ride, hosted by JB360 and Mr. E. I did that ride also last year. And I gotta tell you, you need to have a fast bike because Staten Island, they have some open roads that are perfect for you to test your e-bike in a responsible way. So make sure you keep it safe. All right, guys. So now it is time for the weatherman Richie Ramos with the weather for today.
Good morning, Ampheads. May 24, 2023, 5:30 in the morning. Current temperature is 52, going up to 75. But showers later today, sometime around 6-7 p.m. So keep that in mind if you're riding. Get home before 6-7 p.m. With that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave the one behind. You already know. Richie Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx for Frantic Bike News. Stay safe and stay dry, Ampheads. One.
All right, thank you, Richie, for that. All right, guys, this is it for the news. I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
Coming to you live from New York City, Felix Mariano.
Oh my God, I am so excited today because today is the first episode of Frantic TV. We have been on a long winter break, and the problem is that there was no content. There was nothing to show, so we wanted to wait until we got some juicy stuff, and today we have the goods. And what better way to start the show with having my senior correspondent here in the studio. Guys, say hello to Richie Ramos and Mike Rios.
That's what she said.
But before we start the show, I just want to let you know that today we're going to be giving something special. This is a alarm that was recommended by one of our subscribers, Pop Up Midnight. And we're going to give one away to the person that hit like, subscribe, and comment. And follow everybody and their mama. So at the end of the show, we are going to give you, well, actually, we're going to pick a random person, and then we're going to announce the winner. All right, so today we are going to go deep into the characters. That's what she said. Yes, we are going to talk about these two characters. We have the weatherman. He's going to tell you all about his taglines and everything that he says. He's going to show the customizer in him that we haven't heard before. So he's going to talk about these two bikes that he completely changed. They don't look that they come from the manufacturer. They come from him. So we are going to be talking about that. Also with the mad scientist, Mike Rios, he's going to talk about like what's coming in the future for the things that he's going to be building. Also, I don't know if you know, but this guy is a professional when it comes to organizing group rides. People usually depend on him to do this type of things because he's really good at it. All right, so we have to address the elephant in the room, and it's not Richie, no, it's the Tampa Bay group ride.
Oh yeah.
This was something that everybody was looking forward to. We actually had our new correspondent, which we're gonna reveal now. We have another member. His name is Tahoe, and he did a report about what he saw there. So let's take a look.
Reporting live from Tampa, Florida, Tahoe.
This is Tayo for Frantic TV reporting from Tampa, Florida for the Tampa Surround Mega Ride event. Right now I'm with Robbie, aka Robbie Instagram, and let me tell you, man, you know, this is the guy actually I would consider the best off-road rider in America. I've seen this guy ride and it was just awesome. So I have with him with me right now. So as you can see, this is his bike. So I just want to ask him what is his thoughts about this mega ride and what to expect, and you know, it's gonna be a great event, right?
Yeah, you know, we were all out here. You know, I'm from the other side of the bridge, but we're all here in Tampa, you know, pretty much every week and stuff. You know, Jay and Droppo put on a great ride today. We got a couple sponsors giving away some good stuff. So we're just gonna have fun. It's a vibe out here for sure, you know. That's what we're here to do. Just have fun and be safe, everybody.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much, Robbie. Okay, this is Tayo from Frantic TV reporting from Tampa, Florida. Came all the way from Texas, aka Surround Texas on his Instagram page. So I just want to get a little take on what's going on right now. What's his thoughts on this Tampa Mega Ride, massive ride?
First of all, what's up, Felix and the whole S3 crew, everybody in NYC, y'all always show love, man. A lot of y'all NYC guys are down here, man. It's really totally awesome. Our bro Kate Cushington and Dropo 450 put on the Tampa Mega Ride because last year I said, hey man, no more, I'm not doing 3 Mega Rides again this year. So we're doing one Texas one, we're doing one here in Tampa, and then of course the New York Mega Ride coming in June. I'll see you all guys there, and I can't wait, man. New York, y'all are legends, and anyone who thinks that these bikes are just in California, y'all don't know nothing about S3.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, this is Tayo reporting from Tampa, Florida for Frantic TV. Back to the studios, Felix.
Take it away, Felix.
If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
Okay. You wanna play rough? Okay.
Good morning, Ampheads. It's March 7th, 2023, 5:30 a.m. Current temperature is 35, but it feels like 23. And it's currently snowing. I don't know if you can make it out. So, Mikey, no riding today. It's on and off snow showers. Whether it's sticking on the ground or not, I don't know. So far, it isn't. With that being said, keep it between the ditches, wear your helmet, and leave the one behind, but not today. This is Richard Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx for Frantic E-Bike News in Frantic One. The one, the only, the original, often imitated, and never duplicated. With that being said, stay safe, stay warm, Ampheads. Uno.
Ouch, man. I don't know, like having a group ride is something that is a big undertaking, and what better person to give his feedback about this than Mike Rio, which is he has been the person in front here in New York when it comes to group ride. Mike, what do you think about what happened there? I mean, all these accidents, people not wearing gear. What takeaways you have about this group ride?
Well, it was very obvious from the beginning that these group rides were going to involve a lot of people. And the actual number of people that showed up for this Tampa ride was very impressive. Looking around, it seemed like it was all Surons as expected. And from my experience with group rides, I can say that when you have more than 20, 25 people, having that many people together requires a lot of organization. I don't know who was the person that was in charge of this ride. I don't know if there was one particular group.
I think it's, and don't quote me on this, but yeah. I think it's Florida Surons. What do you think about the safety? Because we heard that there was some incident. There was one major incident that a rider had to be taken to the hospital, and the thing is that he was not wearing any protection.
They weren't wearing any helmets, any of them.
What do you think about? Actually, that question will be for you. What do you think about safety when it comes to these mega rides?
I think it's stupid not wearing a helmet. You hear it in my weather report every morning. Wear your helmet. Keep it between the ditches. Leave no one behind. Wear your helmet. You're riding these bikes that are 30, 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and in a split second, a car running into you, another biker not paying attention, you hit that pavement at 40, 50 miles an hour, you're going to crack your melon. So safety first. You should wear a full-face helmet when you ride one of these strong bikes, because if you don't, look what happens to that gentleman. Amble had to be called, and he had a head laceration, and it was serious, and that's what happens when you don't take safety seriously.
If you're wondering who this person is, this is Richie Ramos. The thing is that he's wearing glasses.
Incognito.
He's famous now, so.
Yeah, the light, all these flashes,
So how about you, like, what do you think about the safety and what we've seen so far that took place there?
Well, I personally know a couple of people who are anti-helmet. I know a couple of people who were anti-helmet and have, joined the side of safety.
Crash just love me.
You say something?
It's crazy how you see that like so often.
Yeah.
Like it's something that in some states like people don't even wear helmet at all.
Yeah.
I mean for regular bikes maybe,
Yeah.
but for these type of bikes I don't think that's a good idea for anybody to do that.
I was watching a video the other day where it was a news report from the 80s down in the South. I think it was Texas. And it was when they were just instating the law that said that you weren't allowed to have an open container in your car and that you had to have a seat belt and that kids needed to be in a car seat. And they were interviewing people who were being told this for the first time. And obviously they were pushing back on it. They were saying, oh, it's my freedom to choose what I want to do. And believe me, I'm all for freedom. This is America. But when it comes to your safety, especially on the e-bike, it's not about you. It's not about your skill. Because there are so many different factors that come into riding where you'll end up crashing and it wouldn't be of any fault of your own. A perfect example.
I thought you were going to get political, but...
No. That's for later.
I was like, yeah, by right. That is show, please.
Yeah. But the people that I do know where... their opinion is it's my choice and I don't want to ride because I know I'll be safe. Well, the perfect example, if we can see do we have the video of the first crash? Taiho has it. I know that we can get it.
I don't know. The guys from production, guys, can you look for that video and see if we have it? We'll put it on if we
stop making excuses.
Who's back there?
Right,
guys, there's actually people back there if you don't believe us.
Yeah, we got Tim, we got Jim.
No
Ramon.
But when it comes to riding with your helmet, the perfect example was the first crash that happened, or at least the first crash that was reported to us here at Frantic. It was a long straightaway. And there were no road barriers, there were no speed bumps, there wasn't anything that should have knocked anybody off of their bike. But obviously there were many people doing wheelies. What ended up happening was one guy got the bright idea that he should be riding on the sidewalk. He went from the far left all the way to either way.
He went from the right.
He went from the right all the way over to the left and tried to hop a curb. But before he got to the curb, he was clipping into somebody and took them both down.
Yeah.
So imagine how the first guy feels, the guy who made the decision to try to do that. Probably pretty stupid, especially if he's injured. But then what ended up coming from that was another person got hurt. And that's usually how it goes. At these group rides, whenever one person gets hurt, it usually leads to multiple other people getting hurt. So don't be selfish, especially if you get injured enough and we have to take care of you now. That's pretty fucked up.
Okay, we're getting a little bit excited here.
I know, I'm passionate about that.
Okay, let's go to something more positive. If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
Okay. You want to play rough? Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but our weatherman, Richie Ramos, has completed two amazing projects. One was the Onyx, and the other one was the Bandit by Spark Cycles. Uh, you know that there's a big buzz about like what you're gonna come up next and the stuff that you do. You are legendary because of that, because you have a background customizing model cars. Uh, what went through your mind when you started putting together this project? What was the inspiration? And can you tell us the name, where they come from, and what happened there with your two bikes?
Well, with the Bandit, I wanted something different. Everybody fell in love with the black and yellow Dean, and I thought it was okay. And when Mike and I spoke about upgrading our bikes with a different color and the drivetrain and all that, him and I talked about colors, and I don't know. I saw the gold color. I didn't see any bikes with gold color, and I said, "Fuck it, let me be different. Let me do the gold color." So gold and black and some yellow into it.
You mentioned that your favorite colors is black and red.
My favorite color is black and red, but everybody has black and red.
Yeah.
I wanted something different. I wanted to stand out.
And you know that yellow is the color of the electric bike community. Most companies, most people, they are represented by the.
Yeah, well, I started out as me being bored one day and I had spare vinyl yellow paper. I did the batteries first. I go, I need more yellow. Took the fenders out, primed them, painted them. That came out okay. Then I replaced the seat with black and yellow stitching, and the Hornet Bandit was born. Later on, when I decided to upgrade the bike because I didn't want to be left behind anymore, I decided to go with gold, and my wingman here, Mike, went with his Blue Angel Dean, and just picked up the bike yesterday, and it came out awesome. To me, it's a little too much gold, so I'm going to be doing some black accents on it to tie it all in, and she'll be pretty much finished.
No,
after
but that was popular in your area, like the gold everything. And when you go to the apartments and you remember?
All gold everything.
Well, not you, but
Yeah.
No. Back in the 70s, yeah.
no. But I can't. But that gold color looks really nice. Like,
Well, now when the sun shines it, I took it out the first time out of the Inspire Cycle, and thank you, Inspire, great job. Sparky, Mark, Janelle, Kuda, Ray, everybody. When the sun came out briefly, and you needed sunglasses. I said, that's when I said it's too much gold. I'm gonna have to tone it down a little bit. And then with the other, with the Onyx RCR, I got the bike in Delaware. Electric Ride Delaware, Bill, the owner of the company, suggested that I do black and yellow. I go, what is it with black and yellow?
I'm telling you, that's the color.
People like it, yeah.
Yeah, and he told me that he never saw a black and yellow Onyx. So I took his advice. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. And I decided to do a black and yellow Deem on it. And I started with a wrap on the side panels, painted the front fender yellow. I ordered a seat from Lorenzo Tapia. It's coming black and yellow. I'm waiting on Ray Dynamics for the wheel covers. That's going to be yellow.
I noticed that people are paying attention to the decals that you're putting on, and you told me that there's a great artist that he puts this together. You want to say who that is?
No, we got our very own member of the S3 crew, Manny. I've been behind him for the whole season to make me some Hornet decals, and he finally came through. I sent him a picture of one that I was interested in, and overnight he literally...
I thought it was the other guy, the guy from the Bronx.
Oh, that guy. I thought you were talking about the symbol of the Hornet.
Okay, so it's two-part.
Yeah, Manny did the Hornet,
and then there was another guy.
My friend Dwayne, that I've been going through for 25, 30 years, he did the name of the bike, which I got from Yatu Chavez. So thank you, Yatu Chavez, for suggesting the name of the bike. And he abbreviated, Hornet and Onyx together and RCR. So I went with that. So thanks, Yatu, for that.
If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
Good morning, Ampheads. This is March 9th, 2023, 5:33 in the morning. Current temperature is 35, but it feels like 29. Going up to the high of 41. Partly cloudy, some sun, depending where you're at. With that being said, this is Richard Ramos reporting to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx for Frantic E-Bike News and Frantic One. Keep between the ditches, wear your helmet and leave the one behind. The one, the only, the original, often imitated and never duplicated. With that being said, Ampheads, stay safe, stay warm. Peace.
We are going to talk about the up-and-coming new bike companies that are trying to compete with the name brands. And I know that Mike posted a video the other day showcasing a new BMX that I don't know what's the name, Shamara.
Yeah, that's how I would pronounce it.
This is something that I saw first with Johnny Prime. Johnny Prime is the head of the SUS NYC club, and I think he's getting one of those bikes. But
Yeah.
it's interesting now. People are competing with other brands, so it's getting crowded. And the other one also, and I don't know if you guys know about this one, is the Ride One Up Rep, which is a direct competition to the Super, which is getting for some reason a lot of negative news.
Yeah.
With technical issues about the throttle, about their batteries, and about their pricing. So, what do you think about these upcoming brands that are trying to compete?
Well, I mean, speaking on the Chimera bike, I'm blown away.
Blown away. Like,
Yeah.
that's a very strong.
Well, no,
feeling.
it's honest because
Is that okay?
you know, looking at bikes like the Super 73, looking at bikes like the Bandit, I've gotten to see a whole wide variety of different bikes, and especially the Suron. The Suron is the bike that I've seen in from the Segways all the way up to the more modern 2023 Surons. The Chimera company, just the videos that they put out, they really show how much care they put into each single part of the bike. The bike is still not out yet, but yesterday they posted a video that I thought was really interesting. It really showed off all the engineering behind their products.
I saw the torque, like it was
yeah.
like really torquey. It went like it reacted really fast.
It's a mid-drive motor, which really is what sets it apart from the Zeus bike, which I got some great time on today. I like the Zeus bike a lot. I do hope to have a EBMX bike sometime soon. But if I had to make the choice, I would honestly probably go for the Chimera at the moment. I don't know the price point, and I don't know what other features they plan on adding later. But based on design and engineering alone, I'm very impressed.
In my opinion, just to be fair here, the design and the package of the shoes is to me like the top in that category. Like a light BMS is only like 60 pounds. That goes 33 miles per hour, and it has that power because it's so light. The Chimera we have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that so far, I'm the consumer that I like to get a product that works from the beginning.
Yeah.
That I don't have to do anything. These two guys here, they like to just give me the frame.
Yeah.
Give me just the frame. I don't know why
Yeah.
they spend so much money in getting wheels or handlebars because they want to change everything.
That's not
But
everybody.
that Sue's bike, it looks like it's well put together. The Chimera, I don't know. I see like a bike that still doesn't have that industrial design. That's something that pop for the popular consumer, like the majority of the people, not the niche that you have here.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We don't know if that's the final product. They're probably working on making it better.
And I agree. I think that kind of harps back to the difference between, when I first purchased my Super 73, the main competitor was juiced bikes. And at the moment, do we hear anything about juice bikes? Not really.
Juice what?
Exactly. And when it comes to the overall product, the Super 73 won mostly because it felt like a very refined product, like you were saying. It felt like something that you could just purchase and start using, and that is the case. The Suron is the same way too. You buy it, you can leave it stock for years and years and still be happy with it.
But going back to the new companies that are coming out, the other one is Ride One Up, which is not a new company. They're being around for a while, but they just released this year a direct competition to the Super 73. And according to many YouTubers that already have done a review, is winning in all the sections when it comes to the quality of the bike. What's your opinion about this?
Well, when it comes to an e-bike, this is something that I spoke about in one of my other videos. There's the main parts. There's the suspension, there's the motor, or we can call it the drivetrain, because that includes the motor, that includes the battery, and the controller. But then on top of that, there's the form factor of it.
And the price.
The price,
which is crazy.
The price is what trumps everything. And yeah, the price point is on point. But the main thing, and the reason that I think the Super 73 is going to be demolished this year, I think that at this point, the Super 73 makes no sense to purchase because it is a 48 volt system. If I remember correctly, it's only about a 30 amp controller. If those numbers mean anything to you, then you'll understand. If they mean nothing to you, all you need to know is that majority of the bikes that came out at the same time as the Super 73 were 52 volts. Or above.
The C3 Strong is 52 volts, 23 amp hour, is only $2,700.
That's another company. That's another company.
$2,700. It's a hardtail, no suspension in the back.
But the design.
The design, the ride, the gel seat.
I heard that the seat makes up for that.
Yes, I rode it many times. And
oh, that's right, you have one.
And
you were supposed to bring to the channel and never did.
Yeah, I took it back to Maryland. That's why.
Yeah,
it's back in Maryland.
But a 52 volt battery is the only thing that you should be considering at all towards the bottom of the spectrum of e-bikes. And for those of you that don't know, mad scientist mode switching on, it's all about the voltage when it comes to speed. Some people get really stuck on the wattage of the motor. The Super 73 is a 750 watt motor with a peak of 1200, if I remember correctly.
Say what? What a wattage?
What are you talking about, Willis?
But the new Rev bike by Ride One Up is a 750 watt motor, but because of the controller, because of the high voltage battery, you're going to get a lot more than you would ever get from a Super 73. So on paper, the bike will automatically blow out any Super 73.
Yes. What's the price on that?
That's
less than 3,000.
It's like it's like
less than 3,000.
No, for the full suspension, it's 31.
31
okay. For the full suspension, because they have another one that
there's a hardtail.
A hardtail that is like 1,500.
Oh my god!
Which is crazy.
And
it's the same bike. It's just
you
like
can get two batteries, right?
And then you can purchase an additional battery for $500.
Wow!
And they have it set up where you can mount it on top of the cables that you have, the cable box that you have on the bottom. So you can actually mount it there. And they don't have it connected, so you will have to switch the batteries.
That's something that I got to give a shout out to Spark Cycles for, because having a dual battery is something that other companies have toyed with. Like you were trying with the Land Moto bike, yeah, they have the option to add a second battery on there, but to have a proper functioning system that makes them run in parallel and you don't have to worry about the problems that would come with that, that's a really, really big plus. So a dual battery bike is great, but a dual battery bike that actually works with limited input, that gets a lot of points for me.
If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
Good afternoon, Ampheads. I don't know what just happened, but like about 25 police cars passed by me over 100 miles an hour. And now 95, heading southbound towards the GW Bridge, is not moving. This one way to start my second half of the day. As I find out what happened, and you hear more sirens in the background. Crazy. With that being said, it's 45 degrees, partly cloudy. We're supposed to be getting rain in the mix of snow. And yeah. So that's how I'm going to start my second half of the day. So be safe out there, amp heads. It's Friday, all the crazies are out. With that being said, this is Richie Brown reporting to you live in Frantic One for Frantic E-Bike News. Peace, amp heads. One. We're going to have sun all the way to Saturday. And Sunday comes the wet stuff. That's what she said.
You're dirty and I like that.
That's what she said.
When it's just for me.
That's what she said. Amp heads, it is now 5:55 in the morning. I know you mother flowers are still sleeping. Today's weather forecast. It is right now 62 degrees. Frio. Good morning, amp heads. It's now 6:11 a.m. I know 3/4 of you are still sleeping. This is Richie Ramos reporting to you live from Pelham Bay Park for Frantic E-Bike News. Morning, amp heads. Today is September 1st, 2022. It is currently 6:05 a.m. Temperature is 71 degrees, going up to the high of 85 and sunny. Great day to ride. ¡Órale, güey! Ahora mismo está a 64 grados, está lloviendo. Si van a trabajar, trabaja por dentro, va a haber mucha agua, puñeta. Se van a mojar. Tripao, loco. 10:43 p.m. Have you had child today? You already know who this is. Today's forecast, oh, the hell with it. Rain, wet, agua, mucho agua.
All right, guys. So now we are going to talk about the weather. We have this character bigger than life that Richie Ramos had created. He is really horny all the time.
Are we talking about the right characters?
When it's raining, everything is wet all over. He has all these taglines. People want to know, how do you come up with things like that?
It just comes out of the blue. I don't really have. Well, keep it between the ditches. Wear your helmet. Leave the one behind. Keep it between the ditches. That goes back to my race days in my muscle car. We went down straight. You want to go down the track straight. You don't want to hit the disc because then you flip over and you crash and burn.
My God,
so
that's where you got it from.
That's where I got that from. Leave no man behind.
Because you are a race fanatic.
Yeah, I
racing,
watch
like NASCAR,
drag racing. Yeah, I'm a gearhead.
Because by the way, I used to promote NASCAR.
I know you told me. Yes, you did.
Which is crazy that to see you. We used to have events and all that stuff like for NASCAR. It was crazy. That's a really interesting industry, which I heard is losing a lot of viewership.
Yeah,
like not that many people are into that for many reasons.
Right.
But going back to your phrases, like people keep having fun with you because
I got people that reach out to me on my IG. Oh, keep up the good work. We love what we stopped watching the regular weather because of you and so forth. But yeah, those phrases that one came from my race days. That's what she said. That was literally a customer of mine, female customer said, something. That's what she said, and that's what that came up. And then the original.
Yeah. That's what you said is like the oldest one.
Yeah, that's the oldest one.
For sure. I was one of the first people to start saying that, and Richie stuck to it.
Yeah, I stuck to it. Yeah, that's true.
You can never... We were eating tacos today, and he said it to the lady. She was blushing. She left giggling.
Yeah. But the original, isn't that from a song, for a rap song?
That's what she said?
No, the original, like never duplicated, often imitated.
No, that I came up with myself.
No, come on, man. Somebody already came up with that.
And to the man, often imitated, but never duplicated.
Yeah. I've always I said at that time when the certain YouTubers started trying to imitate us, and I show love for everybody and no hating.
Keep it PG.
Yeah, exactly. So I that's what I came out with. The one and only original, often imitated, never duplicated. The one and only Frantic One TV.
Hey, guys,
I know, it just came out.
Guys, can you comment, because that sounds to me like a rap song from the 80s or something.
I don't know. I'm not.
Like from the Bronx.
I wasn't alive in the 80s.
Yeah, he wasn't even thought of yet.
Somebody comment, because I heard that before. It was
I'm not. I didn't make that up. It just came out when I saw the YouTubers.
All right, we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for now, and we'll get back to you. If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
Everything that has been going on with the mega rise and people getting excited for the new season and for the summer, we have a lot coming up, and what better person than tell you what's coming than the master at organizing group ride, Mike Rios. Take it away, brother.
Yikes, that's a really big. Those are some big shoes to fill. But you know,
she said.
Tim, can you cut that out, please? All right. So when it comes to group rides, we really wanted to make sure that we started off the season with a bang, and we really wanted to make sure that we gave everybody enough time to prepare, get your shit together, so that way you can be there. Make sure that you're charged. Make sure that your wheels are filled up. Make sure that you got your helmet, and make sure that you got another change of underwear, because it's going to be crazy. We're going big this year. We're making sure that there's enough room for everybody at these rides, so we're starting in big places, taking the big routes, so that way we can have a mob. But more importantly, we're focusing on organization and safety. When it comes to the group rides, we got to make sure that there are people at the front, people at the back, and then the floaters in the middle. But focusing on March 25th. Here's the poster. Bam! Beautiful poster put together by none other than Manny, FW Mano on Instagram. Follow him. Make sure that you hit him up for decals. But
don't expect to get it soon.
That's what she said.
They come out nice, but
yeah, once
when you get
it. It's gonna be March 25th. It's gonna be a Saturday. We're meeting down in Lower Manhattan. We're gonna make sure that we get to see all the beautiful buildings. As the famous person, Mr. E, always says, you gotta look up. There's a lot of things that we can be looking up at. But we're going to be riding all the way to the middle of Manhattan and then popping over into Randall's Island where we'll be able to charge. It's only about 10 miles of a ride, and we're going to be going pretty slow. We're going to be keeping it organized and together, so that way no man left behind. We're going to make sure that every single rider makes it. We're going to have people there with tools, pumps, tubes, anything you might need, so that way everybody is able to enjoy the first part of the ride.
Condoms.
And we also have what he said, and a medic. So we'll have some
medic
people,
one, Taiho.
Taiho.
He will be taking care of you.
Once we get to Randall's Island, there will be a second part where we go up to Dykeman Marina. That's 200th Street. It's another about 10 miles. It's a very fun time. We get to be up there with all the good women, good food, and from there is where we're going to have the last charge point, and then we get to the night ride. The night ride is where all hell breaks loose. That's where all organization goes out the window, no man left behind, out the window. That's when shit gets real fun. That's when we're going to be going back all the way downtown. That's where you need the big boy batteries, 72 volt club. Going to be the big show off point for those of you that have those new bikes for the season. All right.
This is where if you're over 30, you go to sleep and leave.
Go home. Just put the bike away, charge it.
This is for the
cleaning. I don't know.
This is for the hooligans.
Yeah, the hooligans. We ride.
If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
Here at Frantic TV, we like to give young talent an opportunity to succeed and to do good things. This new member came from the penitentiary. He's a very smart person. He's a scientist, and he's going to be giving his opinion when it comes to the science behind things. His name is Miguel, the mad scientist. Take it away.
All the Dominicans out there and all the half Puerto Ricans. So you can kind of see that in this diagram here. So that's pretty much what's happening here. When I flip the switch, it will connect this positive, and it'll mean that we can have a positive on the green line connected to the negative line down there. That means that we are live, we have power. This should be the tail light if I wired it. Yes, that is correct. Tail light, headlight. This is... Why does that one not work? Uh-oh. Why does that one not work?
Tell us about like how you came up with. Actually, I came up with the name, but the thing is that you came up with a show that was showing like how to put things together.
Yeah.
And it was something like, wow, man, like this is really interesting. People like to know like how can they fix something, and they can see your channel. By the way, go follow him. Maybe this guy, I don't know.
If you want to customize it, follow me.
But what's coming? What we have new for the mad scientist?
Yeah, well, this year was a very good year for the mad scientist. There was a lot of videos that I posted on my own personal channel, Mike196. You guys should go follow me there.
We were having some issues, so he didn't want to put it on here.
Yeah,
but now we solved that. So
Well, the producers were telling me that I needed my own content, so what I put together was pretty much just that. And you'll see, I have a lot of videos talking about wiring, electrical stuff.
Yes, wait, before you say that, we need to get Mike to 1,000 subscribers. So So please pause this video and go subscribe. It's Mike196.
Back up, Mike.
Which one
Don't
is
listen
it?
to that guy. Don't listen to him.
What's the official one from you?
Backup Mike is on Instagram. Mike196 is on YouTube.
And for you, who cares?
And it's always changing too. Horny Bandit, Hornet Bandit, Electric Bandit. No,
Electric Hornet NYC 43. I gotta cover all bikes now.
Corny Horny.
Does he look like a horny bandit?
That's what she said.
Okay, so can you say like the official names of your
Electric Hornet NYC 43. That way I could cover all bikes, not just the Bandit. I love all e-bikes, so that's the new name. So,
but that's the new name for Instagram or YouTube?
My YouTube, Instagram and YouTube, both. Yes.
All right, so make sure you follow him if you feel safe.
But help my brother out. Back up Mike 196.
We need to make that happen.
He needs that 1,000 sub. The way you came through for Mr. E and E-Rock Rods. I love those guys. Bless you. I need you to do that for my man.
He's a little bit lazy, but don't worry. Like, we are pushing him to do. And you can see him here. You can see him here.
And also the videos go back really far. So if you want to see me like before puberty, you could go there too.
Oh my God, he was a professional before I started making videos. He was making videos and really good videos.
Really shitty good videos. Yeah.
All right.
But for the upcoming season, I really plan on doing a lot more with my Bandit. So Richie just got his Bandit back in. I got mine for a while now, and I've been doing a lot of tampering with it, a lot of trial and error. I spent a really long time just practicing with these kind of electrical projects, and I documented most of that. So if you're somebody who knows nothing, join me on my progress, join me on my journey, because there's a lot to learn, and it will greatly improve your experience with your e-bike, no matter how deep you want to dive into it. So, you know, if you want to put a headlight on it, you always have to go through the same exact process.
Oh my God, I need a headlight on my X160.
There you go. We'll document that. It's a very simple process once you get down to the actual wiring. But the main thing is that I'm going to make my bike even more unique. I'm going to make it even more crazy. I'm going to add more buttons, more lights, more switches. I'm actually going to be adding a screen, some temperature sensors on there. If you guys know anything about Arduino coding, I'm going to be doing some Arduino stuff on there, and I'm going to be using AI to help me with that.
Sounds like a disease.
When you say AI, are you talking about ChatGPT?
Yeah, ChatGPT. Yeah,
you know that I use that for my videos.
I believe that. I totally believe that. ChatGPT is a fantastic thing. I use it in my professional career. Yeah. So there's
you
a
need
lot
to
of
know. You need
things.
to know how to use it.
Yeah,
because you need to ask the right questions. Because if you don't be specific, it can take you to a rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, and it can also give you false information.
Yes, that too. Yes.
I saw a video. Somebody trained it to say 2 + 2 = 5. And they trained it over and over and over, and you can get it to do that. So that's going to be all stuff that the Mad Scientist covers. Make sure that you guys are here for that on Frantic TV.
That would be a good show to see. Talk about that.
Yeah, Mad Scientist versus the robots. But the goal is that eventually, by the end of this next season, you guys will have a really good understanding of all the different wiring that goes into your bikes. You're going to see my bike completely transform. I'm going to be doing some stuff for Richie as well. I actually got some stuff in the works for Manny on his bike. Taillight stuff. It's something that we all need. You know, you need light to be safe. And if you can't do it, that's what the Scientist is for.
Guys, so thank you so much. This was a banger, man. And I'm so happy to be surrounded by these talented two guys that are making me a lot of money.
I'll be back.
We're going to tap into our friend Fred down in Phoenix. Fred, do you hear me?
Yes, Mike, I hear you.
Fred, is it true that you are a struggling alcoholic?
Yeah, I only drink so I run out. Not only on two wheels and not only on four wheels, but we cover the air.
Breaking news, coming to you live. Frantic Copter 1, we have Richie Ramos. Richie, do you read me?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following opinions that are going to be shared do not hold the values of Frantic TV, nor do they represent the administration herein. The following terms and opinions are all expressed by the sole proprietors of their opinions and are not meant to influence nor impact any financial or monetary gain for the Frantic TV Association. Thank you.
So basically, I ended up getting the Scrambler. It came in probably like 4 or 5 months after I pre-ordered it. I loved it. I lasted my first year riding basically alone. I would run into a lot of people asking me, hey, what is that? What is that? Another thing, I don't advise it, but I basically don't wear a helmet most of the time. I'm not up to par with these guys yet because they're all on these high-speed stuff. I'm still a little bit slower.
You're not on those 72.
Oh, I'm still on 52.
Wow.
I'm still a 52
I
volt.
thought you were like already there.
No, I would like to, but the thing about me is that I'm a bike rider. So the juice bike was perfect for me because
you want to pedal.
I want to pedal. People tell me I look ridiculous, but I love it. So coming from mountain biking, so now e-bike and being lazy and hitting a throttle is not my thing. If you know Mike, he could tell you millions of times that I tell him, yo, this sucks. I want to pedal. So that's why I got this bike. It has perfect pedal assist. I think it's like the perfect e-bike compared to everything else like Super 73 Surrounds, which are e-motor bikes.
So the feedback that you get from pedaling is good. It's not like...
My acceleration is a lot faster and more responsive when I pedal. And my bike tops at 40, which I know when you top out at a certain miles per hour, it's hard to get there. But my bike will get there faster at 40.
But Super 73 will let you do that. It's not like other bikes that you will ghost pedal. So you will not feel the bike. It's just like it's going on its own.
So to add to that, the magic about the juice bike is that it has a torque sensor and then it also has a cadence.
Wait, hold on. This is a super
juice bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
So,
the whole time I thought it was the super.
Yeah, no. So it's a juice bike and it has the torque sensor and the cadence sensor. Cadence sensor. Excuse me.
You got a translator here.
Yeah. So with the cadence sensor, all it does is that every time you pedal, there's this one magnet passing this other magnet stuck on the frame, and it's gonna tell the bike to go. The torque sensor, what it does is that depending on the amount of pressure I apply to the bike, that's how it's gonna respond. So if I pedal lightly, it's just gonna go. But if I munch it, I just go. That thing is gonna fly. It could even, disappear out of the bottom of it. That's how much it'll accelerate. So that's why I enjoy this bike. That's why I chose this bike. And just back to the basics. When I was riding alone, I would catch a lot of attention. So then that's when like Mike comes into play. When the second year came along, around 2019, about to 20ish, I started seeing a lot more people out on these bikes. I would stop everybody. I don't care who you were. I don't care how old you were. I don't care what race. I don't care nothing. It was like, yo, you riding with me. I rode a whole year by myself.
Come on,
give me your number. What we doing? And, because of that, I met a lot of people. I won't say I had a big part in it, but a big part of the community and the growth was people like me, that we weren't shy to approach other people and ask them, hey, cool bike. What's up? You just want to ride? And it's a beautiful community, a lot of respect. I feel like we all respect each other. We're all brothers. I don't know you, you don't know me, but once we're together on the road, you're my brother.
I am out here on the Super 73, and I have been riding it a lot lately because the Bandit is in the shop right now. The good guys at Powerful Lithium are giving my bike some love and attention. I actually do have a video on my channel right now that gives a short summary about what's happening, but the main thing is that I'm upgrading my brakes right now. There was a really stupid mishap that Terror got to see firsthand, and it led to one of my Magura brakes being destroyed. So the main question that has come up is, should we be buying Maguras? And are Maguras really dead, or, what's the deal there? And I can say that in my time riding, starting with my RX, the brakes that it comes with are fantastic. They're Tektro brakes. They can lock up the wheels, and that's all that really matters. So in the end, I decided to make the jump to the Hope Tech V4 brakes.
Really?
Yeah, and yes, they're
okay.
all aluminum, CNC machined aluminum. They use a .5 oil that is just higher temperature resistant. I'm really looking forward to making a review on the physical product, but what I know for a fact is that they're going to hold up a lot better for the kind of stuff that we're doing. I've clipped my brakes 100 times. You drop your bike and the first thing that gets hit is the brake lever. So are Maguras dead? No. I don't think that Maguras are a bad choice. One thing that makes them really unique is that they have the MT5E, which has the e-brake sensor. So the good thing about that is that it allows you to have a brake light when you engage your brakes. It also has regen braking. Motor cutoff is a really good part too. So the Magura E series are going to be really good for you guys. Just understand that durability is not their biggest factor. Now, when it comes to the durability of other bikes, there's a lot of different things that people have been asking me about as well. But battery has been the theme of the season.
Well, yeah,
everybody's
jumping
in
the wagon.
Moving up and down. And Terra said something earlier where he's talking about he's only 52 volts. I've been functioning at 48 volts over here on this bike for a long time.
That's crazy. 48 volts.
And
with a bike so popular. What is that?
Nobody should be riding 48 volts right now.
He has an arrow bike.
Right. Well, this guy knows about bikes too. It's not only the crazy story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But what has been your experience with the battery?
Well, with the batteries, so when I got my bike, I only had one stock battery that came with it. It was a 19 amp battery, which is not that bad for the range, but it's only 52 volts. So it being 52 volts, I won't be as quick as everybody else, but I do have the torque to get off the line when I have to. Adding to that, when I said earlier I had pedal assist, it does great, but I was always suffering in rain.
So, well, going back to the torque, which somebody in a comment made fun of me because I said, "Oh, the torque is torquey."
It's supposed to be.
I mean,
Torquey, yeah.
I don't know. He had an issue with that.
That's crazy.
But the thing is that how is the torquey on this?
Well,
Because that's the thing that I think is missing in most of the bikes that you guys ride besides the Surrounds.
So the thing about my bike, the original setup, because right now I have a different setup on it, but the original setup that it came with, I like the torque because, like I said, it's very torquey. So when we say stuff like that, it just means that once you hit that button, that throttle, you twist it, whatever throttle you have a thumb throttle. Once I bring that thumb down, that thing is gonna pick up and go. Yes, since I only have 52 volts, I won't hit a high max speed, but I'll definitely be right next to you when I have to be.
All right.
Damn.
That was the end of the thing.
Lights out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back with more topics. We're going to be talking with the mad scientists,
It's the dark right now.
the conspiracies, and all of that. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. Plenty more to come later. We're going to talk more about voltage and all of that stuff with you guys from Powerful Lithium. So, see you soon. Francie, out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live in Lower Manhattan. We are here at the S3 season opener. As you can tell, it is a beautiful spring day. We have all the bikes out here. Honestly, if I tried doing a count, I couldn't. There's too many bikes here. It must be 100 at least. This is crazy. We have all types of bikes. We have, slow bikes, fast bikes, but we're all gonna stay together as one. We're actually doing some giveaways right now. This hat that I'm wearing, limited edition merch, made by Terror NYC. Make sure you guys go on our S3 Crew NYC Instagram page where you can enter for a chance to win one of these. We also got some shirts from Powerful Lithium and Mr. E. Plenty more to go, and we'll be seeing you once the ride actually starts.
This guy has been hiding from me. Where have you been, man?
Oh, we just had a kid, man. Just had a baby boy,
okay.
so He's doing good now. And,
Look at the face. It came out. You like E-Ride. You like to cover your face.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, it's been busy with the baby and all, but I'm ready for riding season, man.
Oh my God, this guy, the last time that we rode together was by you, Staten Island, right?
Right, that's right.
That I kept saying Long Island. I don't know why.
Long Island, Staten Island, same thing. No, good.
But man, we had so much fun there. And now that you mentioned that you had a kid, now I understand, because like, it was that you disappeared from everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're still making your videos, which you're killing it. This guy is killing it on YouTube.
I don't even know how I'm able to do it, but baby's keeping me up at night, so it's, you know how it is, man.
No, yes, the family, you have to have that work, family, the YouTube channel, which is really demanding.
Yeah.
But I see you are making videos and you are doing things. What you have planned for the future?
Yes, so I'm actually building a small pocket bike that's like probably half the size of my bike, and it's going to be running 72 volts and dual motors, which I hope it can possibly go like 60 miles an hour. So
60 miles?
Yeah. So
well, I thought you were already there.
No, I'm still waiting on some things like parts and stuff like that. But once I get that all set, probably by like late April, should be ready.
So you're gonna be heavy on the modifications to make you like to go fast.
Oh yeah. I'm building it from the ground up. Dual motors, 5,000 watt, 4,500 watts. It's going to be crazy.
You probably has been missing the races in the tunnel, which I think they closed it. I think they closed it.
They did. Yeah, that's right.
And we had a race. He said he told me like, oh, I don't have anything. This is a stock. And then he's like, woo. That's right. All right, but thank you so much.
Good to see you, Felix, man.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully we can ride together again.
I know.
All right,
definitely.
I saw you that you appear in one of the podcasts.
Oh, Mr. E just wanted to, get a couple of the guys to talk about, upcoming shit, because 2023 is going to be different, man. The community is getting bigger, and we want to make sure the community is safe. You know what I'm saying? So,
I was so jealous
yeah.
because I saw all the heavy hitters.
No, I don't know about heavy hitters, but it was cool people, man. There's a lot of cool people.
Oh my God! Like you guys, like the crew that was there are the people that put together all these custom bikes, and they do an amazing job. And I'm gonna hear live. I'm gonna invite you to come to the studio. To our fake studio because we had some screens, some green screens.
No, I love the shit you guys do, man. That shit's fucking hilarious, bro.
And I would love to see you there so we can drill you with some good shit.
And I just want to say, man, this guy's talking about heavy hitters. Like I said, that little quick podcast was simply a test. And it turned out okay. And we're going to have more people like you and Richie and Mike. Everybody coming in there. It'll be a different group. Absolutely, man. Yeah. I mean, Mr. E's, it's all planned out. That was just a tester. But if we're talking about heavy hitters, we got one of the biggest heavy hitters right here, just to make sure, right?
All right. So you heard it here.
Yep.
I'm gonna be invited. All right, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, man.
So we got here the one and only E-Rock. Before we start, thank you so much for rocking the apparel for Frantic, man. Now I have to buy. Of course. Do you have a link for that? You have to buy your stuff too.
I gotta step up my game. I just have one of a kind for now.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have any plans for the future, like any upcoming rides or anything that you're doing in your channel that you wanna say here?
Sure. So actually, a couple things. So in the near future, I'm gonna start. Well, hopefully, crossing my fingers, we're gonna start hosting some group rides in the New Brunswick, like Edison area, close to where some of the goons live. So we're going to be setting up some rides over there. Yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing is that I'm actually starting a new segment on my channel. It's a short, basically shorts. I'm doing quick 30-second interviews for, basically, I'm going to try to get every rider that I can, every ride that I come out to. I'm going to try to interview them. And you'll be there. Don't worry, you'll be there.
Can I be there?
whenever somebody new to e-bikes comes out, they ask like three main questions. They ask like, what kind of bike is it? How fast? How far? And what's the cost? So that's the whole short 30 seconds. Just we're gonna hit as many people as we can.
What do you think about this turnout? What do you think about this group ride?
This is crazy. This is my first ride of 2023.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I've been in hibernation basically from riding, but now now that riding season is here, we're going to be coming out a lot more. So looking forward to it.
Oh my God! Thank you so much, and hopefully I can come up in your channel as well.
Definitely. You'll be there. You'll be on the interviews. You'll be on the shorts.
All right, man. Thank you.
Nice to see you, Frantic.
So while you beautiful folks are doing that, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all the good vibes that you guys are bringing out here. We're going to make sure that we stay safe. We have a bunch of people here that have volunteered to be our scouts for the day. They're going to make sure that we're turning safely, that everybody stays together. If you're a stunt boy, stay towards the back. We don't want any stunts happening towards the front. Keep that to the back. We don't ride on the sidewalk ever. Okay, under no circumstances are we going to try to ride on the sidewalk. In this case, we're going to make a quick escape going this way. We're going to turn left on Greenwich. All right? If that doesn't mean it, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. There's going to be people looking out for you. As always, no man left behind, no woman left behind, no rider left behind. No matter what you're on, how many wheels, we still love you. Thank you. That's the S3 way. Woo! All right. So we're going to be out here at 2 o'clock. You got 15 minutes, all right? Smoke your blunts, drink some water, call your mom, say you love her. We'll see you soon.
Okay. You want to play us? Okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Frantic TV. We are out here live in Washington, D.C. The S3 crew has gone to D.C., and we are at it again. We have an amazing crowd. Take a look at this amazing scene behind me. We are going to tune in to the experts now.
More minutes, we're going to do the giveaways. For right now, just hang tight. We're going to get started shortly. Thanks for your patience.
Woo! That's right, you've heard it here. Courtesy of Powerful Lithium USA out of New Jersey, we have some amazing giveaways. We are going to be giving away chargers, air pumps, and a couple of other accessories, as well as t-shirts and many other amazing things like kisses from Richie. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to take a look at the scene. We're going to get a taste of how people are feeling for this ride. First thing, we're going to ask people about this rain. It almost got rained out today. Let's see how they feel. Hey, how are you today, sir? What's your name?
Doug, what's up?
Doug. My name is Mike from Frantic TV. We're here asking the community how they feel about today's ride. How are you feeling?
It's pretty good. I mean, we lucked out because it started raining in the beginning, but then after that, it was a beautiful weather. We can't complain, and the concrete dried up.
Yes.
Couldn't ask for a better day.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. There's a lot of people who came out, so yeah, we're excited for this ride.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And what are you riding on today?
Today I'm riding on the this one right here. This is the Cyber X, and also it's done by a company called Zion Bikes, and they're out there in San Diego.
Yeah.
I met the company owner, really good guy, and it's this one, and also have this one over here.
Amazing. So two of them.
Yeah.
Are they any different or just visually?
No, this one's a little bit slower. That one has the faster controller.
Okay.
And this has our logo, the District Nomads. On
Very
there.
nice.
So yeah, and then the beauty about this one is you can actually fit 2 people on there versus the other one. So
I think you can fit more than 2 people on there.
Yeah, it's like a couch, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time showing us your beautiful bikes. Ma'am, is it true that you're the actual CC?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not an e-biker. I'm a one-wheeler. There's been misinformation.
No,
I don't know
cut.
who's spreading these rumors.
Cut.
I'm a one-wheeler.
Oh, well then let me tell you all about Spark Cycle Works. Coming out of Branford, Connecticut, you too can save $100 by using code S3CREW NYC.
Or promo code Shanae.
All right.
Thank everybody for coming to the first opening season ride, the Cherry Blossom ride. Thank all of you for coming. We appreciate you because without you guys, none of this stuff will happen. We have you, so give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. Greatly appreciate you guys. Again, I'd like to welcome everybody here. We are going to get started very shortly. We have, just want to give you some instructions on the riding. So when we ride, we like for everybody to follow the flag. That's how you know where you're going. So try not to lose sight of the flag. The flag is usually going to be in the front. We have people along the trail of riders in the group that that'll help direct you. And we'll have somebody in the back riding anchor, okay? But keep your eyes on the flag, follow the flag, and no one should get lost, especially if you're not from the area or if you don't know the route. You know, you want to make sure you stay with the group. So there's always safety in numbers. It can get pretty treacherous here, so yeah, let's just keep it together and keep it safe. Again, I'd like to welcome everybody. Where is Tayo? Where's Tayo? Tayo! That's my man Tayo! AKA Medic One. I'd like to welcome this man here. Hey, couple of months ago when I had my crash, this man saved my life. This man hooked me up. So we got a bona fide medic in the group. We got another one too. Where's my other man? That's a medic. Hey! Stefan, come on! This brother right here, this brother's a medic as well. We got two professionals in the house. If anybody gets hurt, I had a really bad spill a couple of months ago, and I was lucky because I had both of these dudes here. So, but man, I'm grateful for these guys, man. So let's just
Ride safe.
Ride safe, yes. Okay, y'all want to say anything? Okay, Jeff.
Mr. Nomad.
No, you go first. Yeah.
We're going to be giving away some free giveaways from our sponsors, Rider Bag, Armadillos, and Chicken and Whiskey. I got some giveaways for some food for when we come back, and Georgetown Teas.
Powerful Lithium too?
The main one is Powerful Lithium from New York City. Came down. From New Jersey.
From Jersey City.
They're giving us some really good prices. I want to introduce you guys to the crew.
Welcome to White.
Tell them what you guys do. Tell them what you guys do over there.
Basically, we build batteries, any customized batteries you want. You want any voltage, amp hour, we can do it as well as you can fit. Yeah, we build customized batteries.
High performance batteries, 72 volts and up.
If you can fit in your frame, you want it the way you want it to look, we can make it. So the most we ever did was 144 volt. And the most amperage is on RX. Right now it's probably like 100 amp hours.
We focus on safety.
We do
safety. We use cell holders, everything.
And the giveaways, actually, we have a huge box giveaways coming from these guys, but obviously we can't carry it. So probably when we head back on our halfway stop, we're gonna give those giveaways.
Okay, sure.
Right?
That makes sense.
Yes. So make sure you go back, all right?
The t-shirts, because you know how we represent. My man Kenny, come over here. Kenny is the man you're gonna order these from. Okay, so he can take orders. Anybody want these Gladiator t-shirts? I know you do want them. You know, so look at these jokes. Look. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Okay. Second announcement. The groundings. The groundings. Y'all know how we get down at the groundings. We have 2 events for the groundings every year. The groundings is going to be in Chicago in June.
That was huge last year.
Yeah, and you know, it's a huge event.
Worth going up this night.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's going to be in Chicago in June. Of course, DC in August. So we'll be back here for the grounders. I hope everybody comes back. I hope a lot of y'all join us in Chicago as well. So we have a Telegram chat that is specific to the grounding event. If you haven't joined, please join. If you want the links or whatever, everybody, you know, most of the people here know the links. But if you want the links, I'll send them to you, you know, and so I'll make sure you get it. And that's that, man. I'll see y'all at the groundings, too. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Carlo. I got a special guest, one of our fellow DC riders. He's coming up with a new board. His name is Chris Lips, and this is his creation company right here. Lorenz board, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about it. If you have any questions, want to test ride it, you're welcome to it. Well, here you go. It's Chris. Chris Lips.
What's up, Chris?
What's going on, y'all? My name's Chris Lips, and some of you guys might know me from some stuff around here. So this is our new board. This is the Lorenz Major. We just launched last Thursday. We're registered in Virginia. We're an American company, American customer service, built in China. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm honest, but let me tell you, the engineer that I work with, he is the most passionate e-skater that I've talked to probably in any country. This guy, like, this is his baby that he's come up with, and it is impressive. As you can see, we got this core in the middle, tells you your battery, but it also responds to my remote when I brake, and it responds to my remote when I accelerate. We've got headlights and lasers that work with the remote. You ain't bending down to pick it up. This thing will get you anywhere from 25 to 50 miles of range. I can hit 40 miles an hour. Our motto is DIY performance with production, reliability, and quality. So y'all want to see it today? Y'all want to try it? Just hit me up. I'll show you what's going on. It's a fun little board, so catch y'all later. Thanks, sir.
We are currently here live with the District Nomads at the Downtown Washington Group Ride. Now, we are going to be taking an exclusive look at a brand new bike. This bike here is known as the P51. This bike is currently being ridden by none other than the famous, the one, the only, Yatu Chavez. Get it on in here. Got him on in here. There he is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, he is a huge activist. He actually goes to Africa and feeds children.
No, that was Thailand.
Oh, sorry, Thailand. And he actually has 2 pet elephants. So anyway, back to the important stuff. Tell us about this bike. How many watts are we looking at in the motor? Tell us about the battery.
So this is a P51 Bullet, straight out of Huntington Beach, California. Still a relatively new e-bike company. Nothing too crazy. In a nutshell, this is what you get if you take a Suron, but made it into a Class 2 e-bike. Wow. We have a 750 watt motor, 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery, rear D&M suspension, and KKE triple con forks in the front.
Amazing. Do you mind if I sit on it?
Go for it.
Thank you so much. Now, just looking at the bike, it looks fantastic. And it is... My booty is loving this. I'm currently on a trampoline, and as you guys can see, not only is the seat very cushy, but the suspension is amazing. I'm very impressed. I would love to take this down on a mountain. It is very light because there's not too much going on here. And it's not a tube frame like many e-bikes, so maybe that makes it easier to manufacture, but I'm honestly...
lithium battery right there.
Yes. Taking this bike to Power for Lithium would be a great choice. Make sure you use code S3CREW to save 0.3%.
Yeah, and then if you want your own P51 Bullet, use code Chavez at checkout.
Woo!
There you go.
All right. Back to you, Felix. Which one is front and which is rear?
Rear front.
I'll be back.
Coming to you live from the Kennedy Center here in Washington, D.C., Frantic TV. Felix Mariano.
Well, hi everybody, this is Frantic TV, where you get your news, no matter if it's true or false, but you get it here first. What a week, guys. This thing was like amazing. We had so much fun in the event that happened last week. The internet was blowing up. People were like, oh my God, who is this Mike guy that organizes group rides? But luckily, we have here the guy that put this together. The guy that you're going to be looking this whole summer. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Rios.
Thank you very
It's an honor to be here, and it was an honor and a privilege to be able to do such an amazing group ride with you guys. For those of you that did show up, thank you so much for showing all your support, being respectful, and riding safe. The main thing that I want to focus on is the fact that we had no accidents, no injuries. That's going to be appropriate later, but you know, for this ride, we stayed safe, we stayed fun, and yeah, we did a lot of riding that day.
Yes, it was a day of fun, and by the way, I was looking at in social media, and there was a lot of people that were focusing on things that happened that had nothing to do with the S3 crew. You have to understand, New York City is a place where there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of people. What you have like 3 million people in
Something crazy like
in the
that.
city.
Yeah.
So guys, you know that things are going to happen around the group, especially when you have over 100 riders. So this is something that you have to be mindful when you make your videos and you put in the cover that, oh no, this is what happened, or somebody got killed, or somebody got hit.
Yeah.
This is something that never happened in the group ride. This is something that went really smooth.
Yeah.
And please, you have to be mindful with that. What do you think about when people want to be sensational and they just want to like say, oh my God, this happened in the show, and then it focus on the negative part of things that happens around you?
Well, you know, it's a really common thing for a million great things to happen and then one bad thing to happen, and everybody just zones in on that. We do it to ourselves, we do it to other people, but in the YouTube game, clickbait is worth millions. So
oh my God,
there was not a lot of clickbait, honestly, throughout the entire video, which doesn't make for great YouTube sensationalization content. In the end, though, there was one incident that did happen that was completely independent from us. We happened to be riding past a motorcycle accident, and it had nothing to do with us. I was at the front of the pack, so I saw it as we were passing by. I knew that there was nobody in front of me, so I knew for sure it wasn't any of us, but sure enough, that made it into everybody's video.
And by the way, this is a good segue for something that is happening in New York City. Mayor Adam just signed up into law some restrictions about batteries. So now he's forcing companies to make sure that the batteries are certified. In the past, it used to be that they leave it to the companies for them to say, okay, the battery is safe. But the problem is that we had so many fires in the city,
28.
and now it's messing up. So here with us, Mike Rios is going to talk about some of the things that is going on right now, so you guys can have a better understanding of the impact that is having the people that are riding their bikes in a legal way, getting batteries are from the manufacturer. Richie, what do you think this law that was put into place, and also the buildings are now are trying to let people now bring their vehicles into their apartments, which is something that is a form of transportation for most people in New York City. Most people don't have a car. What are your thoughts about this whole situation with the mayor in New York City?
Mayor Adams is introducing a law to let us ride our bikes in our state parks and our greenways. He's currently trying to get that in motion. And on the other topic about keeping e-bikes, Felix referred to the fires. We had 28 between the Bronx and Washington Heights. Wow. And what people fail to mention is that the majority of these bikes are these low-end $500 bikes that are not inspected by the law. They're not held in customs to be checked, to be certified, to be brought into the company. Any bike over $1,000 is inspected, like Aerial Rider, Super 73, Sparks, Suron, Onyx, and so on. Those are inspected. When you order a bike through those companies and it takes you 2 to 3 months, it's not the company taking that long to send you the bike. It's because it's held at customs and they're checked. Every bike is checked. And with that being said, I was looking for an apartment, and a lot of the landlords now with the 28 fires don't want e-bikes in their house. I went through 9 apartments. I was accepted through 7 of them. And when they saw my e-bike, go, what's this? It's a motorcycle. No, it's an e-bike. Oh, that's not coming here, right? Yes, it is. No, it's not. You don't have the apartment. I finally found one this past week that did accept my e-bike.
But just to give the audience some context, the problem is that now buildings are trying to put these crazy laws that once they see you, the first thing that they ask, do you have an e-bike?
Right.
So it's something that it's like discriminating against people that are doing the right thing. How do you feel when you go to apply for an
I felt
apartment,
violated. I felt.
and you have the job, you have the money, you have the face. You see?
Oh yeah, they saw my they saw my credentials. They saw what I make a year, and I was getting the apartment on the spot, and it was at one point that I took my phone out because they needed some document, and they saw the picture of my bike. And they go, "What is that?" I go, "That's a motorcycle." No, that's an e-bike. Oh no, you can't have the apartment now. Goodbye. I go, "Well, let me explain to you." And I was explaining to every landlord the difference between a high-end bike and one of those $500 bikes that you get in the Chinese store. But to them, it was talking Chinese. They didn't want to hear it. They said, an e-bike is an e-bike, and that's it. I don't want your bike in my house. That one day I wake up and my house is on fire. I said, but that's not fair. That's, I'm telling you, this is a professional bike, high-end bike. The batteries are safely built by powerful lithium. They go through safety first. And in the history of these batteries that we have on these bikes from powerful lithium, we never had a fire to this day. So that show my battery is $2,500 compared to you buying a cheap bike for $500. You understand? And not even the cheap bikes, because if the people took the time and read the instructions, they know that they can't charge that bike for more than 3 hours. But then they go and charge a 5 amp bike with a $199 extension cord from the 99-cent store, and 90% of the fires were caused by the extension cord leading to the bike. But the news doesn't report that because they don't understand that. It's an e-bike, that's it, period. So we need to tell the people and inform them what's the difference between a $500 bike and a $4,000 to a $8,000 professional e-bike.
If I could chime in on that one as well. I think that, with all these laws that are coming around, it's not, I don't want to sound too tinfoil hat on this, but I really do think that this is the people in power's way of trying to suffocate out the e-bike community. Undoubtedly, they have to see the momentum that has come from the e-bike world. As far as utility, as far as fun, as far as transportation, it's huge, and it's really blowing up.
And it's not going away. It's not going to go away. So we need to be able to coexist with each other.
But because they're struggling to crack down on many different things, riding style, laws, running red lights and stuff like that, instead of directly attacking or preventing that stuff from happening, they're just making it impossible to own the e-bike in the first place. So instead of, stopping how you ride or telling you that you can't ride in certain places, well, now you just can't have an e-bike in general because it's a fire hazard. So it's a roundabout way of still fixing the same solution. So
yes, hopefully this show is going to bring awareness for the government and for the people to maybe make some provisions about these things that are happening, because the law is one thing, and then what the management companies for the buildings are another thing. They are making their own laws. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, there are private companies, but the problem is that I feel like there's a discrimination against people that are hardworking people, good-looking people like Richie.
I love you.
Like to be turned away 27 times because he has a legal e-bike. So that's something that we need to address. Address and pay attention to. All right, guys. So now that we got you in a bad mood. We have a special guest here, which he's gonna be talking about people dying, or maybe not dying. We for Frantic TV, we have a new member. This guy is a professional in the field of medicine. He is the person that is usually attend to people in need when it comes to crashing and being doing wheelies and crashing into people. This is the person that helps those people out. Ladies and gentlemen, here with us in the studio, Dr. Tahoe.
I'll be back.
Coming to you live from the Kennedy Center here in Washington, D.C., Frantic TV. With your host, Felix Mariano.
We have a special guest here, which he's gonna be talking about people dying. Or maybe not dying. For Frantic TV, we have a new member. This guy is a professional in the field of medicine. He is the person that is usually attend to people in need when it comes to crashing and being doing wheelies and and crashing into people. This is the person that helps those people out. Ladies and gentlemen, here with us in the studio, Dr. Tahoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frantic TV's response to all of the chaos that has been going on at some of our group rides. As you know, S3 takes safety very seriously. So, in response to some of these very, very mega rides that have been going on, there have been many, many injuries that have come. Here, we have a certified official doctor. Now, Dr. Tejo, is it true that you have a doctor's certificate from the Philippines?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me over, and it was such a great feeling to be here and share my thoughts on actually trying to help out the e-bike community as far as what you talked about. It's about crashes and people getting hurt. So, yeah, I actually have a certification in the Philippines, being certified by the medicine board.
Yeah, as you can see,
as a certified doctor.
school.
Yeah. So this is my certification right here. So I brought it with me. So
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so the thing is that people might be confused and they might think that he doesn't have the requirements to treat somebody, but we have the proof. So this is something that you guys don't need to worry about it. Also, we have his bike is you can see it from far away. He has all his credentials on the bike, so you're going to see that the medic is going to be there. The doctor is going to be able to take care of you. Dr. Taiho.
Yes.
There was an incident that happened not that long ago where you treated one of the e-bike leader in DC, which is the Gladiators.
Oh, yes. That's a good question. Actually, this incident happened, we call it the end of the year group ride that we had in Washington, D.C. in 2022. So we have a massive crowd, massive group of e-bikers, and we were actually going down the Washington, D.C. tunnel. I always tend to go on the back of the pack, because I always want to make sure that everybody's good and nobody crashes or nobody breaks down. So as I approach the tunnel, I see this group of people, gathering, and then I already told myself, oh, something happened here. So I jumped in and I saw this person, his name is Shango, and I saw him, he was massively, injured. I didn't see the real crash, but when I saw his arms, both of his shoulders, his fingers, he was badly hurt. So I jumped in and did my thing. I wrapped him around, make sure that I was able to clean up some of the
road rash.
Yeah, road rashes that he had.
Did you have to give him mouth to mouth?
You know what? I was thinking about that. Because I think I didn't really check if he was breathing or not, but
and that's a good-looking guy. So
yeah. But
really strong, really strong.
I was thinking about that, So, but
it's like the bodyguard. Like you feel so secure when he's holding you. Like,
oh, yeah.
But when you go into medic mode, like you don't think about those things.
Yeah. You have to make a quick decision on what you need to do. So I jumped in and then I did my thing and I wrapped him around and then at the end of the, I think it was a two-street tunnel. They have to shut down one of the lanes there because we actually have to, jump in and treat this guy. So
was he submitted to the hospital afterwards?
No, actually, We didn't. I didn't see it because after I treated him, so we
Then you-
went through our way,
then
and then
you
we
left.
went up, and then he felt great already. It was like he was walking.
It's
and,
probably because you did what happened at the last ride when I fell down. You gave me the pain relief suppository.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It was a shitty situation.
So there's
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes on when it goes to the
Oh,
group
yeah,
ride.
me
And we are lucky to have Dr. Tejo here,
Yeah.
so he can support those efforts. So you mentioned that you got your certification from the Philippines.
Oh yeah, I
So-
got
so-
my. I finished my school of medicine in 1 year. Okay.
Wow.
So, and I brought with me my certification just in case you want to see it and my qualifications.
Is there a reason that the certificate says
It's on the floor.
It says 2-week online course?
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't. Well, I thought that I think maybe 1 year is good enough for me
Yeah.
to be able to prove that I'm a certified.
I mean, if you know, you know.
Board certified physician. But 2 weeks probably would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now that we have a certified doctor, now we feel safer, and this is something that is going to be good for the community. Guys, do you in the panel here? This is the part where if you have a sponsor or an owner, like if you have to say something because they're paying you, this is the time. Do you guys want to say anything about your sponsors or?
Well, I don't think I can shout out my sponsors because they might conflict with somebody else's sponsors. So.
Well, I'm gonna say one for Frantic TV. So there's a new company that they have reached out to Frantic TV and Richie Ramos, and it's something that do you want to talk about like what the bike is about and what's coming? I know we don't know a lot, but
Yeah, we don't have too much of the particulars. It's a new company called Assault Dynamics. They're coming out with this bike. It's actually a motorcycle called the TAC 1.
really looking motorcycle.
Yeah, it's like an 8,000 kilowatt motor, peaking out at 14,000 with a 200 watt Dell fast controller, and the battery is built by no other than powerful lithium. You're gonna go big, you gotta go with the best. So the bike is gonna weigh anywhere from 220 pounds, 230, and it's sick. It's in this final stage right now. It's being powder coated as we speak.
We heard that it's gonna be the prototype is gonna be in New York really soon.
In the next 10, 12 days, nothing changes.
We'll have some videos showcasing the stuff with the bike, powerful lithium, and then the features of the bike.
Yeah.
You guys have anything else to say before I send you home?
And Lorenzo Tapia.
Oh yes, you see how many sponsors we have?
Lorenzo Tapia just spoke to me recently, and he wants to join forces with Frantic and my channel, Electric Hornet NYC, and anybody looking for a nice seat for their e-bikes. Average price is $350, $400. But if you use my code or Frantic TV's code or Mike 196, doesn't matter. All powerful lithium, you'll get a good discount. Anywhere from $350 will go down to $265, $270, depending on the size of the seat. That's what she said.
With that being said, I think we're going to leave it here. Thank you so much, guys, for watching Frantic TV. This week was an amazing week for us, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.
I'll be back.
Yesterday, Mike, you used like a natural for this.
Nah, but
I don't even know how you come up.
I've been doing plays and stuff in public
Oh,
speaking.
you're really good at it, man.
But everybody can be good at it. You just gotta keep practicing.
Practice makes perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richie Ramos!
Coming to you live from New York City, Felix Mariano.
Back to Frantic TV. This is Felix Mariano with David here. We were riding in the city, and David came to me and say, "Can I please be on Frantic TV today? I have a big announcement to make." And I was like, "Man, I don't know." I don't know. We're filming the Uncle Richie show. I don't know if we have the space for that. But then after a while, he convinced me to do something, and so I guess we're gonna do it. So, David, I hear that you have some desire to open up a shop. I hear that there's a lot of demand for people to work on their bikes. Some of the places are limited, or maybe they are busy, and you want to fill that gap.
Right.
You want to be able to provide that. Can you tell us about like your inspiration behind that, and give me some details behind the David shop? And by the way, what will be also the name of the shop?
The name will be, well, first off, how y'all doing, everybody? My name is Davey Wavy. I ride a Suron, and I am absolutely handsome. But no, all right, check it. So we're gonna call it the S3 shop, solely because I'm a part of S3 crew. You know, everybody opens their doors with open arms. Everybody shows me love. So, and we a community. You know, no man left behind. Shout out to Richie. He's the one who made that lineup. You know, you got Frantic TV, you got Felix, you got Tejo. You got all these people that really have some good desire to actually bring good vibes to the community. So why not make a shop where we can actually reach out even further and sit here and fix something simple that to you will be so hard and impossible, but to us, we can sit here and guide you and teach you to do the job easy, smart, and the right way. So I look forward to sitting here and just helping people with their tires, brakes, you know, the usual things that they have to change, oil, whatever it takes to get you back on the road and do S3 shit. I'm down for it.
So right now, are you doing this on the streets, or like, do you go to people's houses when they need some repair?
I usually do it on the streets. You know, they come to my block, which is Davy's Sidewalk Shop. You know, that's the new little nickname that we have. Shout out to Backup Mike. And for the most part, if you need me to come to your house, I have no problem coming to your house. You know what I mean? Anything that's gonna help make the job and make, you know, traveling easier for you, or whatever it is. If I can make your life easier, I'm down to do it.
So, so we're gonna keep it ghetto for now until we get some finance so we can open up the shop. This is something that is gonna be in collaboration with Backup Mike for the S3 and some other people that we're not gonna mention because they have some issues with the law. We're gonna keep it secret. So,
the topic of lack of finances and. That statement there. Here's our security for now. This is all we can afford.
This is all we got, Rusty.
By the way, guys, no, this is
dog.
good. Stay here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a visitor from the West Coast. You coming from the West Coast?
Yeah. Originally from Maryland, moved to Seattle, and then I came back home.
Let's go.
So if you don't know, this guy has a very popular channel called Roasty Rose. I heard a lot about him. The name it comes from the dog. His name is Mike.
Shout out to Mike.
Appreciate it.
When I saw him, I was like, Rusty. You know that? No, that's not me. It's a dog.
I get called Rusty a lot. It's cool.
So we did a little tour of New York, and when I say tour, it's like not getting hit by cars. In New York, it's a roller coaster. How do you feel about New York? I heard that it's been a while since you came here.
I haven't been here since before 9/11.
Jesus.
So it's been over 23 years, almost 23 years. And the New York I remember, and granted, when I came up here, it was for like parades and stuff. So when everybody left, it was trash everywhere, and like New Yorkers were like known as brash and like not rude, but like in your face. And I gotta say, like in the time that's passed, like the city's beautiful. Like everywhere that we've been, like it's super clean, and like I wasn't expecting to like be near water the whole time we're riding and coming out to this island and it's beautiful. But everybody's been super outgoing. Like we're just out there like hanging out, and somebody walks by and they're like outgoing and open and they want to talk to you. And the West Coast, at least Seattle's different. Like, I don't know if it's the Seattle Freeze. I don't know if you've heard of the Seattle Freeze.
Yes.
But I always have him with him. I always have Rusty with me, so I feel like he helps with that. But people there, they keep to themselves, and they barely even notice him when I'm riding. Where here, everybody notices him.
Oh
So,
my God, yes.
yeah, they have blinders on in the West
Yeah,
Coast,
I
for
think
better or worse.
I can relate to that. I think what you're saying is the community that we have here. It makes a difference in New York, and I keep telling a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers. We have a few guys here that also have YouTube channel like Jay Styles. Someone to Jay Styles.
Shout out to Jay Styles.
So yeah.
Richie Ramos, another YouTuber.
We cannot get enough of Jay Styles. But the thing is that the community makes the difference, and people like you riding with your dog is something that people will go crazy about. And
Starting a trend. Everybody else.
But the thing is that here in New York it's a big market. There's a lot of people riding different bikes. This is something that is growing really fast. And here, if you are riding an e-bike, you are part of the community. People will yell at you and say, "Yo, come here! What are you riding? And let's get together."
Yeah.
So that's the difference here, the community, and we are so happy to have you here visiting the S3 crew, Frantic TV, the Uncle Richie show.
Yes.
Hopefully we can shoot something when he gets some motivation.
The motivation is Davey Wavy.
He's talking about.
Okay, he's talking about.
Let's go. We gotta go.
He's talking about opening up a business. Who's in this with you? I mean, people could talk the talk. Who's walking the walk with you?
As of right now, we don't got too many people, and the people that I do have that's willing to help me in my corner, I'm not saying no names. Action speaks louder than words, and I know.
Well, I'll say the name, Justin.
And everybody else, oh my God. And then Richie, Felix, Mike, myself start dropping names, Jay Styles, everybody. We got a solid community, all jokes aside, you know what I mean? Like Richie's right though, you know, a lot of people are gonna say they wanna help, but the actions are gonna really show when it's time.
Action speaks louder than words. I don't take no bullshit, you know.
Absolutely, right?
Right, Rusty? What do you think?
There you go.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. Because everybody could talk and say, yeah, this and that, and nobody comes through. At the end of the day, nobody comes through. They talk shit.
We're gonna sit here. We're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? Like at least for the most part, there's like Uncle Richie said, there's a lot of people that talk a lot of shit. You know, and that's okay. That's part of New York. You know, a lot of people talk shit. That's part of the world. It's part of community.
I say get the S3 crew together. Everybody chips in. Yeah. Everybody puts in 20, 30, 40, whatever you can chip in.
Cause this shop is for us. It's not just
it's
for
for
me,
us,
it's
exactly.
For
At the end of the day, there's no excuses. You could spend 20, 40 on a freaking blunt or 40. I could spend $15, $20 on cigarettes. I could donate it to the cause instead.
That's it.
And Felix over here with the whiskey over here,
right?
He could donate something as well.
Our little blue label's
right?
expensive.
So, the last time checked, we have what, like 200 people in the thing?
Absolutely.
Yo, if people just gave $10 at 200, what's the math? Who's good with math? Tejo?
It's like $2,000
That's
right there.
$2,000 right there. At $10.
Yeah, that's a good start.
$4,000 with $20. Just everybody pitch in $20 and help this man out. Because I said it in one of my segments. I believe it was the second one or the third. The Latinos don't stick together.
And we got to make that change.
And we have to change that. And we could have one person help him go over the wall to get to his goal, to his dream. Then why not do it? The Jewish can do it. The Indians and the Koreans, everybody. They all do it. Why can't we do it?
Black and brown got to stick together.
Black and brown got to stick together.
Absolutely.
And show the people that we can change and we can help one another.
This community is not about just going fast. Trust me, it's fun going fast in a straight line. But when you can sit there and you can just do something more than just ride an e-bike, that makes you feel a lot better. You know, just seeing the smile on somebody's face when you help them. And I've seen that plenty of times. Richie's seen it plenty of times. Felix, all of us. A lot of us have individual moments where we've seen the help has changed people. So why not have a shop that's for us?
I'm just one of the first
everybody.
people to be by your side when you crash and burn. We had one a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, with Rob.
Oh, Rob, that's his
Rob
name.
the Flat. He had the flat and the E-Roy.
I don't know how Davey did it. He went past me at Mach 1 and got off his bike and put the kickstand down and attended to the injured like in a split second.
Sal too. Sal crashed. You know what I mean? Me and Richie just came to his side. We called the team. We called everybody that needs to come through and help. You know, it sucks when the rider does go down, but it's even better when you help them get back on their feet.
So the same way we can do that to a down rider, we could just dip into our pockets. I know times are rough. A lot of people are not working. But everybody could scrounge out $20.
That's it, yo.
We want to hear from Tahoe.
Medic 1 over here.
Medic 1 right here. Medic 1. You always got to stay safe. This is why
This
you
is
need
for you,
this.
all right?
Oh, wow. Tell you.
Medic 1.
This man is amazing, bro. I'm telling you, these guys, everybody I'm always around, good vibes. Yo, you have to come and experience it for yourself, truth be told. We're not doing it just for the camera. This is genuine actions that's getting done. So if you can sit here and see this for yourself on the record, when you there in person, no cameras, it feels even greater.
So start saving your pennies because the next S3 group ride, we're going to be doing the collection. Part of Frantic TV show and the Uncle Richie show, we're signing out. But remember, S3 crew ride, the next one, we're collecting money. I don't want to hear no bullshit. You ain't got no money, don't fucking come.
I'll be back.
Hi there, this is Felix Mariano for Frantic TV, and today we have some breaking news. And unfortunately, this is something that is not good. We have another fire in New York City. Every time I see something like this, it gets me frustrated because here at Frantic TV we push for safety. Our agenda here is to bring awareness to for things like that not to happen. But sometimes people just don't want to pay attention and they just want to cut corners and not be safe. We have one of the members from the community reach out to Frantic TV with this exclusive footage from the fire site.
On 149, another E-bike fire. It's crazy.
That shit burning for real now.
Look at this shit, huh? Una loquería. Bomba class. This is crazy. Están los bomberos aquí. ¿Ah? Frantic TV, we gotta do something. We gotta let these people know about them cheap e-bikes.
All right, thank you, Bill. Man, every time I see something like this, it gets me frustrated because this whole idea of dealing with this type of batteries and not being careful and not following guidelines and rules is just it's not fair for the people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then what happens is that in the media and the news outlet, they usually portray things like this like is something that everybody's doing. We are gonna commit to keep bringing awareness to this situation. We're gonna keep teaching people how to deal with these batteries and what's the best way to handle this. We have plenty of videos here on the channel with Richie Ramos that can bring light to this. So please, if you haven't done this, please check out those videos so you can probably prevent something from happening again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wait for the fire department to provide more information about the fire. Again, this is something that is happening right now. So once we get that information, we'll bring it to you so you can know all the details. All right, so be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
there, welcome back to Frantic TV. This is Felix Mariano, and today it is a very special day because today is the Mega Ride, and we have Jay Styles. It's not the Mega Ride, sorry. Okay, so this one is a different one. So we are here with Booby BK, and oh,
Takio, yes sir.
okay, different ride, different people. So this is Takio,
Yes sir.
and this is
Davey.
Davey. All right, no, but seriously, today we're gonna have a S3 group ride, and we all know that even though we say that it's a small ride, but usually turn out to be massive because people, for some reason, they like this guy. I don't know what it is.
It's the whole crew. It's everybody.
So can you tell the viewers what to expect from today's group ride?
Well, today we are going to be meeting down at Pier 76. Normally S3 Fashion, Tacos is one of the original S3 members, pioneer member. We always, we always used to meet up and just get together with like 10, 15 people, and that would be a big group ride. But nowadays it's gotten to the point where if we put out a flyer a couple of weeks in advance, we could get 100 people easily. So we'll see what today turns into. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. We're not going to be able to go towards the east side because today is the Puerto Rican Day Parade, apparently, on 3rd Avenue.
Is it tomorrow?
I don't know.
I believe it's today and tomorrow. Today's the parade, I believe. Tomorrow's a festival.
It's tomorrow.
Okay.
The big one is tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, we're not going east side anyway. We're going to stay on the west side. We're going to try to keep it scenic. We're going to go up near Central Park. We're going to try to take Riverside, get some fast times in. Now that Felix finally has a 72-volt battery, he can keep up with us.
Yes.
But yeah, right now we're here in the world famous Tacos Bike Shop.
Yes, sir.
Now, you guys might have heard of Davey's Bike Shop, but we don't mess with Davey anymore. He tried taking my girl. He successfully took his girl. So
Actually, I have a question for you.
yeah.
What group do you belong to? Because I don't know. Sometimes I see you with the Goons. Sometimes I see you with the S3. Sometimes I see you with Gotham. Can you say here, which one is? And don't tell me that you belong to every group. There's always one that is your favorite.
So I'm not exclusive to anybody necessarily.
Wrong answer.
But I try to show love to everybody. S3. This is where it's at for me. There's a special place in my heart for S3. But personally, I ride with everybody. I'm not trying to freeload off of a certain group. But for the most part, I try to keep it cool. I maintain with S3 and I ride with whoever it may be, PL, the Goons, Gotham, whoever it may be. I show love for everybody, so that's what it's about.
And he's also a Suron boy, so
Yes, sir.
he has to ride with those other guys. The Suron guys, they stay close and they work on each other's bikes and stuff like that. So it's always a good time.
All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep you up to date throughout the whole day. We're gonna give you more interviews. We're gonna show you where we're gonna go and give you all the details. So keep tuned in, and we can go back to the studio, Felix.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. We're in a children's park right now working on bikes. We gotta leave.
All right.
So Felix just got sideswiped. This really fucking shitty car right here just decided to turn into the bike lane.
Look at this car, bro.
So we are still out here with the scene of the crime, and at the moment the big problem is we don't know how we're going to transport bikes right now. There's a group ride that starts in an hour, and I kind of got to be there, but we need an extra person that can ride Richie's bike somewhere, anywhere. But Felix's bike is just down for the count. Richie's gonna end up taking a cab back up to the Heights, drive Felix's car down here, we load up his bike, and then Richie's gonna have to drive it back to the hospital. And that's where Felix's wife is gonna meet him. I don't know, this is weird. This is really a bad situation.
All right, just to give you an update, it's not looking good. No, I'm kidding. I think I might have some broken ribs. They checked for head trauma, but they didn't see any issues. I'm still waiting for some tests. I might have to stay here in the hospital just for precaution to check everything else. And I guess we have to leave it here. We have to finish the video here. I cannot go on. But make sure you like and subscribe. Look the things that I have to do to make good content. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Oh, and by the way, what saved me was the helmet. For all those people that they don't like to wear a helmet, look at that thing. That wouldn't be my head. So please wear your helmet. All right, I'll see you guys.
I love popcorn.
Let me know. Don't order it. Let me know.
This is Ty Ho for Frantic TV News, filling in for Felix Mariano. Felix actually got into a serious accident last weekend. I saw the video. It wasn't pretty. But I decided to come over here today just to see how he's doing. And it seems that Felix is recovering, although he's in so much pain. He has a hard time walking. Of course, you know, he's still recuperating from his injuries. But thank God that it's not as bad. One of the reasons why I actually came over here also, aside from visiting Felix, is to attend the New York City, I think the first New York City Mega Ride, which is hosted by BK and Jay Styles. And I'm going to be riding a Suron for this Mega Ride, of course, because this is a Suron Mega Ride. So actually Jay told me to bring the Suron, so I brought my Suron. This is actually not going to be my first time attending a Suron Mega Ride. I think it's like a few months ago, believe it was March, where I actually attended the Tampa Mega Ride, which was held in Tampa, Florida. Let me just share with you the experience that I actually had on my first Suron Mega Ride that I attended in Tampa. I actually attended, I think it was 3 days of riding. You know, we have a morning and evening rides, and the only thing that I actually saw was, you know, there was plenty of riders, okay? And at the same time, there was also plenty of accidents, crashes. I saw people wheeling, you know, against incoming traffic, incoming cars, and put a little bit of scare on me. And actually, there was quite a few times when I almost got hit by somebody doing some wheelies, doing some crazy stuff. So I decided to actually stay in the back of the pack. So what I'm just trying to share with you all is just be careful, you know, and there's gonna be a hopefully, you know, hopefully there's not gonna be, you know, any crashes or any serious accidents that may occur. We're talking about New York City, you know, we're talking about downtown Manhattan that we're going to be riding. So I just want to, you know, I just want to tell you guys to just be careful and just be mindful of your surroundings and keep distance from other riders. So in that way, you'll be able to protect yourself as well as others. To end this, I hope everybody will have a good time riding in the first New York City Mega Ride. And again, I want to repeat again, safety. Make sure you got your helmet, you got your protective gears in place, and hopefully we're gonna have a good and successful event tomorrow. And really looking forward to a fruitful event. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.
I'll be back.
All the New Yorkers, number one thing we want to stress is safety. We want to have a nice, safe ride, and you know, these bikes are expensive, and we don't want to have to, you know, put more money into them. Especially, you definitely don't want to get hurt. So we're gonna have a couple safety precautions we're gonna go over before we leave. And the number one thing is this is not a race, so do not race people, and definitely don't pass me. I'm going to be leading the ride, and if you pass me, I will
be ejected.
I will make a turn and beat your ass.
I sound like a challenge.
Oh yeah. I posted a route in the chat already, so you can click on that just in case you get lost. But I got people in the back, people in the middle, so we can make sure that the pack stays together. I'm not trying to leave nobody. The whole purpose of a group ride is to ride together. And also I'm going to have the voice chat open just in case of an emergency. You can just add yourself into the voice chat, and then let me know maybe if somebody went down, God forbid, or maybe it's a flat or something like that. I'm going to pass it to Jason Styles, everybody.
Who's that? Yeah, let's go. Who's that?
Guys, thank you guys so much for coming, right? And I just quickly want to thank the sponsors that sponsored this ride. There was a lot of them that came by, and very few of them responded, but this is the people that we have. So first, we have Shy Battery Systems. I'll definitely want to give a hand to them. And then the next one we have is Watt Wheels.
Mike Rosie's not here, but he's here. Yeah, where he at? And then the next one we have is NYC Bolt, so definitely a shout out to them. And then we have Charge, PEVs, Nice Cleaner. Yeah, let's do it. Some dirty bikes. And then the next one we have is Charge. No, the next one we have is Surge Stunts. Where you at, Nico? Nico. Suggestion from our ride organizer. All stock batteries and slower bikes, you know who you are. We ask that you stay to the right so that way you can be safe. And also for the outstanding members of society that are going to pass you on the left, they can pass it safely. Skinny, I'm looking right at you. Thank you. All right, guys, we're here to have a good time. Again, any questions, comments, or concerns, please bring it up to us up front. Please make sure these waivers are signed before we leave. We are about to get ready to head out, and always, let's have a good time. Turning it back to Jay. Woo! What we're gonna do is, if we can, everybody that's gonna sign the waiver, just to let you know, if you guys don't want to sign the waiver, it's okay. If you guys don't want to sign the waiver, the only thing is that you actually will not be a part of the raffles if you don't. And on top of that, you will not be a part of the ride pack if you guys do not sign. You will be riding along with us, but of course you won't be actually a part of the group. So if we can make a line from here all the way over there, my bad, Booby, then we can sign these waivers and we can get the hell out of here and start fucking riding.
I'll be back.
Chris Merced here, the #1 photographer in the S3 crew.
I don't know about that.
Well, I know that. What do you think, Chris? 79 riders so far.
Number 2.
Number 2? Oh my God, that's right. Marine Corps here, #1.
Nah, this guy's an awesome photographer, brother. Awesome, way better than I am.
Oh, I don't know about all that. Right there is nice too.
What do you think, Manny?
They're both some fucking good photographers.
There you go. That's from the S3 crew, Manny, Chris, along with myself. Stay tuned, Jay Styles. Stay tuned for furthermore. I'm going crazy over here. Too many people here. You can tell how many mother flowers don't work. One. Surround's doing their thing. We're over here standing by. Somebody caught a flat. So we're here waiting for the people, whoever caught a flat, to get a flat fixed. I'm waiting for somebody to bust their ass. Back to you, Felix.
I'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news.
Whoa. Already one colliding with another. Unbelievable.
No, man.
All right, all right.
Yo, give him a speech. Give him a speech. I don't care if I got a battery, a license plate, a fucking rear tire. I want something. Okay. That's it.
Are you ready? Mr. 35. We have here for 35.
Nico Saron.
Saron Nix.
Hey.
Nix, get the fuck over here. Hey.
Cancel.
He said skip. He said skip.
You said skip, or did you say, oh, he's skipping? Got you. So, you got a nice PV cleaner for your bike, so.
I won!
You won!
I won! Oh my God! You made it happen! That's what I gave you all the money for! Woo!
Well, let's go.
This is your brain on drugs.
Good morning, Apis. It's June 17, 2023, the third day of the Mega Ride. In my opinion, it's going to be the best one. It's 10:15 in the morning. I'm in Frantic 1 for Frantic Bike News. Pointing Onyx in the back. On my way down to Battery Park. Shout out to Phil from Boston, Massachusetts. Want to welcome him to the Big Boys Club, 7251 powerful lithium battery he purchased yesterday. So welcome to the club, my brother from up north. With that being said, keep between the ditches, wear your helmets, and leave no one behind. Be there or be square. Battery Park, 12 o'clock, kickstands up at 2. With that being said, it's Richard Ramos. Back to you to the studios, Felix. 1.
I'll be back.
This week on Frantic TV.
Hi, this is Marlena with Frantic TV.
What's going on here?
Sergeant of Arms for ECS.
You are going for the title of #1 wheelier in all of New York State.
What's wrong with y'all back there? Y'all scared of it?
Yo, one more cup.
Oh, okay.
Say no more. Cup, quickly.
Talk to me.
Can I get some Henny, please? time. Two time needs some honey. Two times. One more. Two times. Making a toast? Hold on. Let's get
I'm gonna put this out there to everybody here. This is what peace, love, and unity is about.
Yes, sir.
Getting a bunch of individuals don't even know each other. Well, we do know each other, but we don't know each other.
All for life.
But we still family. We share a common love, and that's our PEVs. Motherfuck that. Whoever don't like what we're saying, kiss my motherfucking Puerto Rican ass. You heard? Yo, beat this. I say this from the bottom of my heart. Yo, Mike, the S3 crew, thanks for inviting ECS to your event. We got nothing but love for you boys and girls and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna say, on three, S3, ready? 1, 2, 3, S3!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Frantic TV. Today is the S3 Barbecue. We are currently joined here by Richie Ramos, Felix Mariano, and the one, the only, Medic Taiho. And yours truly, Backup Mike. Passing it on to you, Felix.
Guys, welcome back. We are here at the S3 Barbecue. We are expected to get 200 riders. If it's not gonna be now, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We are so lucky to have Medic One here, even though we're not gonna do it right, but it's always good to get his input about what's going on in the community.
There's always food poisoning. Somebody might get heat stroke or food poisoning.
So this is a special edition of the news. We are gonna give you the weather update with Richie Ramos. We're gonna give you safety tips with our doctor. And also, we're going to give you all the updates that is coming up in the community when it comes to group ride with my Rios. And also, some of the stuff that he has been putting together for the club. There's a lot of good things that are coming up, a lot of surprises. Everything is being put together by this guy. So why don't we start with the weather with Richie Ramos, so you can tell people that it's okay to show up to the barbecue.
All right, bitches, listen up. 85 degrees right now. The sun is out. The rain passed by. There's still a chance of showers later on. But yo, just bring soap, man. It'll give you a reason to take a shower. You know, it is Saturday after all. So with that being said, keep it between the ditches. Wear your helmet and leave no one behind. This is Richie Ramos reporting to you live for Frantic TV in Randall's Island, bitches. Now I'm going to hand over the mic to, no, get out of here, to Medic One.
I'm just going to give it to
you. All right, Medic One? What you got to say, Medic One?
All right, my name is Taiho, and I'm so glad to be here in New York City, and this is actually my first S3 barbecue attendance. Actually, yes.
Oh, that's right.
And, I'm so glad that I was able to meet a lot of people here, great people. And obviously we got rained out a little bit earlier, but as Richie said, that the sun started to come up, and we're expecting more people to come in, right? And we don't have a time limit today, right?
No.
Right?
Can you talk about the recent pandemic with people not wearing helmet? Especially, it's getting into the S3 crew now. Before, everybody used to wear helmets, but I don't know what's going on. So it's like a trend. I mean, I call it pandemic.
Okay.
Because the thing is that you saw what happened to me, and I don't think people still think that it's okay to do that.
Yeah. So actually, the Frantic TV's objective number one is we always talk about safety. So every time we see somebody going out there riding without any safety protective gears, it makes us feel, really frustrated. So I hope that with
with this channel, we will be able to, to relate to some of our friends here that safety, safety, protective gears is very important. We don't want anybody to get hurt. I always feel sad that when I see somebody get hurt, especially our producer Felix, which just had a recent accident. Yes, exactly. So that is certainly one lesson to be learned. So
we're gonna keep pushing for that.
Oh yes,
and
of course.
Even though you guys don't like it, but
yes,
you need to get on board because what we preach here is safety, and we want to set a good example. So everybody that is close to us or knows us, you guys need to wear a helmet. We're gonna put that as a rule every time we go into group rides.
Yes.
And to tell you the calendar and everything that is gonna go in the summer with this club and other clubs, here's Mike Rios.
Hello, hello, hello. Well, first of all, it's a beautiful day now. It started off as a beautiful day, and then we had a gray cloud come through, but it's a all-day barbecue, so there's still an opportunity for plenty of people to show up. This is exactly how it was all the other times. It's usually not that populated until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's when people start really showing up. But as for the future events, we definitely will be aiming to do a second barbecue later on around the end of August. That's going to be hopefully a tradition going forward, is having 2 barbecues every summer season. Other than that, we're going to be having a ride hopefully once a week. We're going to be partnering with She Wolves to be doing a part 2 of our ride. Last year we did a ride in August and we had an amazing turnout. It was just fantastic. So we're going to be doing that again. We also have a couple of upcoming rides from Gotham and the other crews. So just stay tuned, but expect it to be every Saturday for a ride. And every Wednesday, we are still at 49 Monroe Street at the House of Machines for our Electric Wednesdays. We're being joined by the She Wolves, the Zoos Club of New York City, Gotham, Saron NYC, and of course the S3 crew. So make sure that you guys come on out there. It's a very, very fun time. You can get your bike worked on by our senior mechanic, Davey, or you can make sure that you hit up Manny and you'll get a decal in a couple of months. So
and Taco, he does the fluids.
Oh yeah. Taco will pump your fluids, definitely. Oh, you mean the brakes? Yeah, the brakes. Yeah, no, yeah. So now we're gonna be heading over to check out what other people are doing here at the barbecue.
So we're gonna stay here the whole day. We're gonna be bringing some interviews. We're gonna meet the people in the community. We're gonna talk about their bikes. And by the way, this summer is gonna be packed with events. There's a lot of groups in New York, a lot of clubs that they doing the same thing and sometimes the same day. But if you have to choose, you come to S3 only. So having said that, we're gonna take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to show you the bikes and we're going to show you the people around. All right?
And P.S. motherfuckers, those who didn't donate, don't fucking come over. You understand me? Don't come over. Okay? You didn't freaking donate, there ain't no goddamn food for you. All right? That's the Uncle Richie Show. Peace, fanpeds.
I'll be back.
And we insulate the president and vice president from those problems.
Okay. So here you are. We have Clyde.
Why are you doing my job?
How you doing, Brother Mike? How you doing?
Hold on. This isn't Frantic TV.
Hi, this is Marlena with Frantic TV. We're here at the S3 barbecue. And we have here with me today, Clyde with the East Coast scooter. Please let me know how did this start? Let me know a little about yourself.
Well, I myself, I was with Rough Rider for a few years, and it's bike club and doing things. So I found out about our scooters and things like that, and I joined a couple of guys, And we got together and started organizing rides while the pandemic was going on. And the rides began to get bigger and bigger. You know, I worked with a few guys, and we said we also needed a level of organization so that people don't get hurt and things like that. So as we begin to get more people in, we made a little bit more rules to make things safe in general. So our rides got better. Many more people were being involved with what's going on, new scooters, new bikes, and everything else. And so new hobbies were brought together from many other people. So, so I helped with a structure that was already started. I just added my knowledge to it, and we started growing. So I owe a big debt of gratitude to our president, Kipper, and our vice president, Joker, and some of our other members that are here that are part of our leadership, like my brother Yaril and Kyle and so on. We wanted to spread our knowledge to the environment so that everyone has fun and keep it safe.
Okay, so with your name being East Coast Scooters, is it just strictly scooters, or do you have some other involvement with other, you know, e-bike community, unicycles, anything other than that? Any new upcoming things happening?
Yes.
Anything to be excited about?
Yes, well, we said we're East Coast Scooters. That's where we started from. But we have all the rides. When I say all the rides, I personally have Trike, I have Suron, Onyx, and other things. We have Sondors. We have multiple bikes, so we ride everything. We have unis within our group. We bring all the E stuff in together. So just so as it says East Coast Scooters, it doesn't stop us from riding everything else. So again, safety is pushed amongst everything we ride.
And how do you enforce that safety? How do you ensure that all of your people are out here being safe and but while still having fun?
Well, we have officers within our group in different positions, and each officer has jobs and restrictions on what their jobs are. So they have a task. So it's like an military organization, so to speak. They have their ranking officers, and everyone that's not an officer, they have to follow that lead. So when we have an issue that, for instance, I'm Sergeant at Arms right now.
Yes.
When you have an issue, I'm here to protect the group internally from issues and externally from issues. So we have disciplinary actions that we do and things like that. So and we insulate the president and the vice president from those problems.
Okay. So here you are. We have Clyde.
Why are you doing my job?
How you doing, Brother Mike? How you doing?
Hold on. This isn't Frantic TV. Hold on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Frantic TV. We are currently here with the one, the only, the amazing Clyde X. Clyde, thank you so much for coming out here for an amazing day. Tell us, what was it like for you guys coming over here? How was it?
It was great. We were looking at the skies. It was a little gray and so on, but even if it was raining, we was coming to support S3 because, you know, we have respect for you guys. You guys are on the way up, and we want to be part of things that you do, and we want you guys to be part of things that we do.
Absolutely, man. You guys don't understand how great it is to meet such amazing, inspirational people like this. You know, the ECS crew is just doing a fantastic job. The S3 crew is on our way over there. So for now, we're going to send it back to you in the studio. Thank you so much for your time, Clyde.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Now I'm looking forward to seeing you guys doing some stunts. Do you plan on doing any stunts?
Yeah, of course.
As you can see, we have an entire arena. We actually built this personally using Frantic TV funds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We have caught live the Mr. O Blocks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might not know, he is a wild creature. We're gonna approach him very gently to make sure that we don't spook him. All right? Now, Mr. O Blocks, do you mind if we have a moment?
Talk to me.
Now, I hear that you are going for the title of #1 wheelier in all of New York State. Is that true?
I'm gonna let the city speak for themselves. I'm humble enough to say I'm not in no competition with anyone. I'm just having fun. But listen, you guys say it, and there it goes.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. He said there is no competition. He said, "Puh." Who else is out there?
David, go ahead. What can you do?
Ready for this? It's recording?
Yes.
I'm happy Felix is back. I'm happy he's doing better. At the end of the day, he is the guy you want to have in your corner because he's good vibes, good energy, his mindset, beautiful family. What more can you ask for? You got to have a Felix in your life.
Thank you, brother. So we are chilling here. We are drinking. I don't know if you remember him.
Oh man, don't bring up no old story. Let's not go there. I've been good since.
Okay, all right. But you came out in my show, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and by the way, we have a medic here, but we also have a lifeguard. Can you come here? He's a lifeguard from Puerto Rico. Listen, do you have any training besides smoking weed?
No, CPR training.
Very good CPR.
CPR.
Give you chest to chest.
Heimlich maneuver.
Very chest to chest.
So if you get into an accident, we have a lifeguard. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he'll be here. We also have our medic one. This is what the community is all about: having fun, barbecue. Sometimes we get some drama, but we usually try to be happy, everybody.
That's it.
Right?
Positive vibes. Right.
Stay awake, stay safe. And we'll see you on the next one, all right?
Why so serious?
Terror NYC, you are currently live on Frantic TV.
Oh, no way! I'm on Frantic TV?
Yeah, man.
Previously on Frantic TV. We have some breaking news. One of our members for the NYC Sus Club was in an accident, so he was taken to the hospital with some bruises and some lacerations. So what we heard from him was that he was in the bike lane and he was merging into the road. So at the end of the bike lane where you have to merge, the car that was behind him kept going and the lady hit him really hard.
Coming to you live from New York City, Felix Mariano.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Frantic TV. We are here at the expo, and I just run into this guy. He used to be in the Olympics. He used to be an athlete, right?
I wasn't in the Olympics, but
Well, he used to be an athlete, and now he's part of the Sus Club. His name is Steven, and we were talking behind cameras. We were talking about accidents, something that happened to me that you guys all know. I documented the whole experience, and I know that the same thing happened to him. And we were talking about, man, not that many people know those steps that you need to take when you get into an accident. Sometimes you are in shock, something happens to you and you're like, oh my God, am I okay? Is my bike okay? But you don't think about like the steps that you need to take. And Steve here, he's gonna help you with that. He's gonna tell you some of the stuff that he did that, by the way, I didn't do all the stuff that you did. Yeah. So I'm behind on that.
Right,
so why don't you say the process of when you're getting into an e-bike accident?
Sure, thanks, Felix. Yeah, so what Felix had and what I didn't have when I got hit by a car, similar, not the same. I got kind of a head-on direct hit by a car. I was by myself. Felix had people with him.
So they were there to help him out, right? They were able to like take his bike and stuff. A lot of people don't realize that like when you get hit, if you're by yourself, you may, you got to think about everything that's happening. It's difficult. So what happened to me, I basically had my pants like blown off, and I was on the curb. I needed ambulance assistance right away. Two e-bikers came by, and the first thing I did was I handed them my bag with my lock in it, and I told them to take my bike and find a place to lock it up.
So the police didn't take it?
No, the police weren't even there yet at that point. Okay. But the point with the police, don't be scared of police, because the police are on your side, because they even told me that if you get hit by a car, it's always the driver's fault, always, right? So you want that police report, because the police report will help you for everything afterwards. So wait for the police to come, and they usually get there pretty quick, but don't be scared of the police. They don't care if you got drugs on you. They don't care. Don't worry about that.
No, I was like, no, don't call the cops, don't call anybody. I was like, and Mike, he was with me. He was like, dude, I know you're not thinking correctly, but call everybody.
And if you can remember, find out what precinct they're at, because you're gonna need to get a copy of the police report. Very important later on, right? So if you can remember the precinct that the cops were at, that will help you.
So what happens? So now you go into the emergency room. You get taken care of.
Yeah. So for my case, it was I got two. When I fell, I landed on the curb, and I got a couple of crushed ribs, and then I also got a huge gash in my leg. I ended up getting over 30 stitches, internal and external, on my side here. It was a huge gash. So it was, it was quite involved. And so there was definitely follow-up that I needed afterwards. And don't be scared of any of that stuff. Like, if you need, like, you just have to remember that the more things that you do for the injury that involved you getting hit, the more it builds your case. And also, all that stuff is going to get reimbursed, right?
But before we get to that, you don't have insurance because you're riding an e-bike. So how will you make that claim?
Yeah, so just to clarify, this is for cases if you get hit by a vehicle. And the other thing is, make sure that person doesn't run away. Make sure you get that person's contact information. If there's hit and runs out there, obviously, right? But so what happens is they get the insurance from in this case it was State Farm, right? So it's like their car insurance. So basically, the insurance company would settle out, right, for the premium that the person had, right? So sometimes people have like $50,000 premiums or more, and so a lot of times they just settle out, right, with the premium, and then basically they say like anything related to the injury that you got, they'll pay for any medical related issues or problems that you have, even mental health stuff. If you're going to see a psychiatrist or something, they'll pay for that, right? As long as it's related to the injury, that will be part of it. And then they'll give you a cash settlement.
So you have to get legal representation. Most of the times you don't have to pay. So
so the legal, that's the other thing. So I started getting phone calls like crazy because like these lawyers, if they see somebody got hit by a bike, they pick that up right away because they know it's a sure win. It's a sure win. If you get hit by a car while you're on a bike, it's like a sure win, and they know that like there's some sort of like I don't know the details, but there's like a state law maybe where they take 33% of whatever the total is, right? So if you get 50 grand, they're gonna take 33% of that 50 grand. But whatever, they're doing all the work for you, right? It's just like part of the deal, right? You're still getting, whatever it is.
So it's very straightforward, not complicated.
Not straightforward, complicated. Every time I get a bill in the mail or anything, I send it right to the lawyer. They take care of everything. We just make sure it's all paid. I get a collection agency calling me or something, I send it to the lawyer. They just take care of it. So yeah, get a lawyer. There's a lot of lawyers out there. Everyone, I think there's some that like specify and like injuries, just an injury lawyer, right? That's basically it. But the other thing, like Tahoe here is telling me he's an MD or something. That's the other thing.
A fake one, but
Yeah,
he knows.
make sure you get in that. Like I saw the shoe. If I didn't have that big gash in my leg, I was gonna try to get on my bike and go home, because I was like, I don't want to get into an ambulance.
That's
right?
the first instinct.
So like you gotta know, like, and adrenaline's pumping. You can have broken bones and not even know it, right? I didn't even know I had broken bones in my back until later. But get that medical attention. Like if you get hit hard like that, if somebody, you're gonna have a million people, especially if in New York City, you're gonna have a million people coming over to you with phones and be like, "You want me to call an ambulance?" Say yes, because you want to take care. That's number one. You want to take care of yourself. Just seek the treatment. See a medical, professional.
So for like in general, like the average compensation would be what, in $10,000?
Minimum is if they have insurance, right? Minimum car insurance. You guys know if you drive a car, it's $25,000. So minimum be $25,000, and they take the 33% from the $25,000. So just
there you go. You can buy a new bike.
You can buy a new bike. You can buy a freaking Land Moto.
So remember the steps that you need to take. I know that you got into an accident, but you need to know that you need all those things for that to work out. So you need to call the police, you need to call the ambulance, you need to get that report, and then once you get all that stuff, then you get representation, which is not going to come out of your pocket, and they will deal with all that.
One last thing with that, I think I was telling you this, because I think there's a 30-day period where you have to file. So you got to get that police report and get a lawyer within 30 days of when you got hurt. So I'm pretty sure that's the case. But yeah.
Okay, so we're going to verify that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This is something that we want to bring awareness to the community for safety. If something happens to you, this is something that we wanted to show you what to do. I know a lot of people have gone through many accidents, especially in the S3 crew. Usually the Sus Club, they don't ride that fast. The only person that gets
I got hurt.
Well, you and Johnny, the leaders. The leaders are the ones that they don't set the example.
It happens.
All right, Ben. Thank you so much for being in the channell.
Yeah,
actually, this is your second time in the channel. The first
He
one
reported
was
it. Yeah, he reported it initially. Yeah.
I was
very little bit. I'm gonna do a video on my channel, the 8 Master.
I was like, Steve, can I report on your accident? And he was like, oh yeah. I know that there's some people that are sensitive to their privacy.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Privacy.
Yeah, I think it's good. People need to know when it happens too. I think when I hear about accidents, I'm like, I think it's knowledge. All
right. So we're gonna let you go because my camera guy is getting tired. He's not used to. In my crew, they wear different hats.
Yeah.
They need to do everything, and they don't get paid.
Right. Tough.
All right, so I'll see you guys at the next one. All right. Ciao.
I'll be back.
Terror NYC, you are currently live on Frantic TV.
Oh, no way! I'm on Frantic TV?
Yeah, man.
We outside, yo.
Yes,
Yo, we
sir.
outside, motherfucker. Coming outside what?
Yo, he fought people, bro. He fought people. That's it, bro. We outside.